It's United Athletic Conference football, and it's here on ESPN+. We have flipped the calendar to October. It's full throttle conference play the rest of the way. Today, in North Alabama, the Lions, they visit the Abilene Christian Wildcats. As we welcome you to Wildcat Stadium here on ESPN+, Andy Penny alongside Jim Reese. Yeah, we have flipped the calendar. Non-conference is behind us. It's UAC play the rest of the way.
Every game counts. Head coaches are kind of out of control, knowing they need to win the game, and every team in the conference has a chance to be champion.
ACU 1-0 in conference already. This is the opening game for UAC. Coach, let's look at some of our impact players today. Justin Pegues, he's been great for this Lion offense. 22 receptions, 3 touchdowns on the year. Rovon Banks, his second game rushing of over 100 yards for ACU.
Yeah, Justin Pegues and Rovon Banks both give you unusual ability. With their size, you would think at 5'9", 5'10", they're going to be scat backs and scat receivers, but they both run with power. The receiver, Justin Pegues, is somebody that once he gets the ball, as well as punt returns and kickoff returns, is going to be a threat. Rovon Banks will run over you even at 5'10".
A guy, Pegues, that Coach Dearman says wants to have 15 touches a game. Of course, Banks has been over 100 yards twice. Jim and I will be upstairs. The third member of our team, he's down sideline. Today, it's Zion Webb. Hey, Zion.
Thanks, Andy. Well, fans probably remember last year in Florence, North Alabama took down the then 10th-ranked ACU Wildcats 47-34 in Week 7. That game served as the Wildcats' first and only loss in the UAC last year, as well as for North Alabama, their first win over a ranked opponent in FCS history. Well, I'll tell you this, the Wildcats definitely remember that game. They're looking to stay perfect here at home, as well as even up the series at 2 apiece. Guys.
Yeah, thank you, Zion. Another beautiful October Saturday here in Abilene. 84 degrees. We do have cloudy skies. And for you North Alabama fans, no worry about a 6-hour game today. There is no weather in the forecast. Of course, you had 2 of those hour-long weather delays at Illinois State. Don't have to worry about that today. Another beautiful day of football here in Abilene. As North Alabama won the toss, elected to receive. KJ Fields and Justin Luke are back deep. This kick will go out of the back of the end zone, and it is a touchback, and here comes the North Alabama offense under the leadership of their grad transfer from Stanford, Ari Patu, coming off his best game of the year. Last week, 17 of 31, 243 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Coach, he's a dual threat there at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, he's a dual threat. 6'4", 230 pounds. He's big and a really strong, abusive runner. The question is, can he throw effectively today is one of the big questions he will answer.
North Alabama comes in 1-3. This is their UAC opener. 4 non-conference games, and then the open date a week ago. They are ready to go here as they start conference play. Of course, the Wildcats at 1-0. They'll start play action. They'll throw it out in the flat. It's Justin Pegues, the man that we featured there in the open, the 5'10" senior. Anticipate he'll get 15 to 20 touches today. Gets his first for 7.
Yeah, I ran a bootleg into the sideline, tight sideline, first down.
Patu again, the start, the 6'4", 220-pound graduate transfer. Handoff here in a short game. We'll have a third down and coming up. This is a North Alabama team again at 1-3. Tough loss at Illinois State 2 weeks ago, a game that tied in the last minute, lost in double overtime, 38-36. ACU on the year at 2-3. They are 1-0 in conference, a win versus Austin Peay 2 weeks ago. Of course, the defending UAC champions, but as Zion told you, the only blemish in conference play last year came in Florence against this Lion team. Now 3rd and 1 and our first penalty and a false start.
False start, 95 offense, 5-yard penalty.
3rd and 6, huge difference. So change plays, come up with a new strategy.
Push it back to a 3rd down and 6 here for North Alabama. So there's a look again at Patu. Just 386 yards passing on the year, but he is a dual threat. Rushed for 60 yards last week versus Illinois State. Has pressure in his face here, steps up, throws, underthrows. Pegues Good job by the ACU front four to put pressure on Patu, and it's a 3-and-out series to start for North Alabama.
Yeah, defensive secondary and linebackers had to cover for 8 or 9 seconds and did really good staying on, and short throw incomplete, 4th down.
Adam Watford, the punter for North Alabama, the 5'11", 190-pound junior. It's Sam Mason Jr. returning this week for ACU, the redshirt junior, the transfer from Oregon State. Nice high spiral punt. Caught and a short return, and the Wildcats will set up shop at their own 35-yard line. They'll do it under the 6th-year quarterback, Stone Earl. Started his career at ACU, transferred, played at North Texas. Marshall, he's back and having a nice campaign this year for the Wildcats.
Don't know what 6 years means, but it works these days. Quarterback Stone Earl is a true operator, dual threat. He can run and throw. He does both well, and did not play as well last week. Needs to come back today with a good game.
His 14th start in a Wildcat uniform. The first one came in November of 2020. 2 years at ACU, 2 at North Texas, a year at Marshall. Back here for the Wildcats. He'll swing it out. It's his running back, Jordan Vaughn, who gets the start at the running back spot. And Jordan will push for a nice gain there of 5, 2nd down and 5. DeMarcus Robinson with the tackle.
Good read by Stone. Nobody open downfield through his outlet to Sean for 5. Good 1st down.
Did not see Jordan much last week in San Antonio versus Incarnate Word. Ovan Banks got the majority of the carries. Another pass out in the flat. Nice catch. Getting up the field is Dallas Dudley for a short gain. Cameron Jamar comes up and makes that tackle. And ACU will set up shop with their first 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, screen pass to the top with their running back, and great job by the corner and outside linebacker.
ACU 2 weeks ago versus Austin Peay, 45 points, a 45-31 win, but then last week scored on their opening drive versus Incarnate Word. Did not score the rest of the night, a 38-7 loss down in San Antonio. 3rd down and 3. Earl with pressure, and he's sacked. Caleb Brown, the 6', 280-pound senior defensive tackle, with pressure. Coach Brent Dearman told us that's the strength of this defense for North Alabama, is that front four. And the first sack of the way goes to Caleb Brown.
Great job of coverage. You'd call that a coverage sack, and had somewhere to throw. Couldn't find a receiver open, Stone Earl.
So the 2 teams 3-and-out series to start today. Hugo Nash will punt for the Wildcats. The redshirt junior, the transfer from James Madison. Pegues is back deep, stands just inside the 20. High spiral punt. Pegues a chance to return. Makes the first man miss. The Wildcats will get at the 15. 3-and-out series to start for the 2 teams. Just 3.5 minutes deep. We are scoreless in Abilene, North Alabama, and ACU. Yeah, back to Abilene. The 2 teams trade 3-and-out series and punts. We'll see the North Alabama team for the 2nd time. That offense, as you can see, Coach, our keys to the game here for our 2 teams, North Alabama and ACU.
Yeah, North Alabama on offense needs explosive plays, but they also need unconventional, unpredictable mix with the run and the pass. ACU defense needs to disguise their pressure as well as disguise their coverage, especially on cover 0 man, and they need to limit this really tough quarterback and keep him from running the ball successfully.
Yeah, Coach Brent Dearman told us this week as we visited, he goes, you know, we're at our best when we're creating explosive plays, whether that's by scheme or athleticism. It's hard to go down the field 4 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 5 yards. It's hard to do that. We're at our best when we can create some explosive plays. They'll start on the run here, a play up the middle that will get minimal yardage as the first carry of the day for Javian Allen Juice, as they like to call him, the redshirt senior, the transfer from Tennessee Tech. He and Justin Pegues both transfer from Tennessee Tech. They were teammates there, they're teammates here. A very balanced team here, but unconventional. We'll see some plays out of system here for North Alabama. It's a short gain again. They'll try to establish the run. 2, maybe 3. Another 3rd down and short.
Looked a little bit like the same play as first day on the delay. ACU played their 3-3 stack, which is a good defense against the run.
Preseason All-UAC. He was a freshman All-American a year ago. Unanimous preseason All-UAC. He wears number 51. He's at right guard. He anchors this offensive line. Third down, about 5 for the Lion offense. Patu will give to Pegues. Jet sweep. Short gain. Wildcats were ready. Very conservative drive there, Coach. I thought 3 run plays, not much manufactured.
Yeah, surprising and probably disappointing. They're going to have to be aggressive. They're playing here at ACU in Abilene, where Abilene's got the home field advantage, need to be more aggressive.
So another punt here as Watford back in punt formation. And back deep again is Sam Mason Jr. Nice high spiral punt again, a chance to return. Catching at the 30, Mason. Gives up ground, he'll lose ground. As coverage by the Lions, and the Wildcats will start down inside their own 25. Still scoreless here in Abilene. We are 6 minutes deep. The UAC opener for the Lions. Scoreless here, 6 minutes deep in the first quarter. ACU coming out for their second drive. 3 series thus far, 3 3-and-out series here thus far. Wildcats first and 10 on their own 24. ACU went pass game the first drive. All 3 plays in the air. They flared it out to the flat twice and then the sack. So started with the pass game today.
Yeah, they did, and it was good coverage. That sack was caused by great coverage downfield.
On the 24, it's on the right hash. 3 receivers, have a tight end in there as well. That's Eddie Henry. It's a stretch play coming right. It's the first carry of the day for Rovon Banks Jr. And Rovon will get the first down for the Wildcats. Rovon, the redshirt junior, 5'8", 200 pounds from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's been over 100 yards rushing twice this year. It's a nice start on his first carry. He's got 11. Last week, versus Incarnate Word, 14 carries, 110 yards at 106 versus TCU. Earl rolls to his right, has a receiver down the field with room to run. That's Radrian Baldrip down the far sideline all the way to the North Alabama 25. The redshirt freshman finally drugged down by Brian Dilworth, but the Wildcats on the positive side of the field for the first time.
Great call on first down, bootleg to the field, and nobody covered the deep drag. First down.
Baldrip has come alive the last 2 weeks. His breakout game versus Austin Peay, a 2-touchdown reception performance. He's got the Wildcats on the plus side of the field. Another tough run for Banks. Down inside the 20 in the red zone for the first time. Leo Glover, the tackle. As here's the keys to the game, ACU offense and the North Alabama defense.
Yeah, number 5 for ACU offense, wide receiver Jebby Mitchell, and number 88, tight end Jed Castles. Sorry, they need to control the line of scrimmage, ACU offense. Play action success also for ACU's offense. North Alabama stop the run and do good job with their man-to-man defense.
They stopped the run, has been difficult thus far. 2 runs. Rovon Banks, 11 on the first carry, 9 on this one. He'll move the chains here on second and short. Again, between the tackles, Leo Glover, another tackle. Again, Brent Dearman said the strength of this defense for North Alabama is their front 4. It's very hard to interior run on this front 4 of North Alabama, but thus far, Wildcats able to do that.
Yeah, offensive line, the front 5 have done a really good job every play on the run game, making holes.
Here on 1st and 10 from the 11. Pressure comes, thrown, nice catch, nice tackle as well. Boy, pressure came, Baldrip another catch. Brian Dilworth, immediate tackle as the Lions brought the entire linebacking core. 0 coverage on the backside, but a good tackle out in the flat.
Yeah, Baldrup heading to the flat, thrown behind him by Stone Earl. If he'd thrown him ahead, might have been a touchdown.
So Wildcats here 2-0 at home this year. They've been very successful under Keith Patterson here on the home turf. Earl to the far sideline, trying to get to the pylon. He's short. It should be enough for a first. As Glover has been active on this drive, pushes him out on the far sideline right at the 1. It is enough for a first. It is 1st and goal, and here comes the jumbo package.
Stone Earl bootleg into the sideline, tight side of the field, and had a guard pull in front of him. Nice first down.
Extra lineman here for the Wildcats. Third tight end, that's Nathan Jones, who's also come in. 1st and goal from the 1. It's a handoff on the jet sweep into the near side, and a touchdown for the Wildcats. Grant Jones, the redshirt freshman. His first touchdown in a Wildcat uniform, and ACU on the board.
Ooh, that jet sweep can be really successful. It can be like screen passes. You can also get hit in the backfield, so great job of blocking in front of him by wide receivers.
Big block on that play by Nathan Jones. An extra tight end who sealed the edge and allowed Grant Jones to get into the end zone. Brandon Perez in for the extra point. And tacks it on for ACU. 5:51 left in our opening quarter. The Wildcats strike first. They've got a 7-0 lead here in Abilene. Wildcats on the board first today. A 7-play, 76-yard drive for the Wildcats. It was an impressive mix here of run and pass.
Yeah, and the mix was the ability to run the ball on the team that prides itself in stopping the run. They played 3 front, sometimes 4 in the front for North Alabama. ACU, great job by the offensive line, tight end. Good job by Graham Harrell, play selection.
Rovon Banks with 3 carries on the drive. Radrian Baldrup had 2 receptions on the drive. Grant Jones scores the touchdown on the jet sweep. Back on the shoulders here of Ari Patu in this North Alabama offense. Just 2 series thus far and 2 3-and-out series. Played very conservative on their last drive. 3 run plays. Did not manufacture a first down. Get their 3rd opportunity here as Meskey has it teed up. KJ Fields, Justin Luke are back deep. Another deep kickoff and lands 3 yards out of the back of the end zone, and it's another touchback. Let's take another look at the North Alabama starting lineup. We mentioned Ryan Walker, the right guard, a freshman All-American a year ago. He's preseason All-UAC on that offensive front. Tanaka Scott is back in the lineup, did not play versus Illinois State 2 weeks ago. And of course, last week an open date. He has 5 receptions, 75 yards on the year. Look at the Lions starting lineup. In 1st and 10 on the 25. All 3 drives have started here on the 25, courtesy of the touchback. It's Pegues in motion. They're in the backfield. It's a reverse. It's fumbled in the backfield. Tough catch for Fields. The Lions tried the reverse, went through the hands. Fortunately, that the Lions able to get back on it, but it's a negative play to start the drive.
Yeah, one of our outside linebackers was blitzing and nearly intercepted the pitch.
It's Colin Wright, the left guard, able to get on it. But a loss of 8, it's 2nd and 18. Stay on the ground. Stretch play to the left and another short gain. Jalen Daniels, his first carry, the redshirt senior. Javian Wilcox, the defensive back, goes for another tackle for loss. It's a loss of 1. Here's that ACU starting defense. Of course, in the middle is Will Schaefer. Schaefer, the preseason defensive player of the year in the UAC. He has lived up to that name. 44 tackles on the year. Rashawn Miles leads the way with 49. 3rd down, 19. Wildcats will play coverage. It's an underneath screen to Pegues. short yardage, but another 3-and-out series, Coach. 3 drives, 3-and-out series for the ACU defense.
Yeah, 3rd and 19 is probably the worst time to throw a screen. They threw the inside bubble or jailbreak screen. ACU defense looking for it.
Chris Herpin drops off the defensive line, makes the tackle. And we'll see Watford again punting here for the Lions. Tyson Williams is back this time to receive the punt. First 2 we saw Michael Nash. Now we see Tyson Williams, the junior. Williams at the 35. Immediately hit, a great tackle. Davin Martin with a big hit. And the Wildcats will start at the 33. Hey, let's go downfield level. Zion Webb has more. Hey, Zion.
Yeah, Andy, last week against UIW, ACU's Rovon Bank broke loose on a 66-yard run, the longest play of the Wildcat season thus far. It was also his 3rd 100-year rushing game and his 2nd in his last 3 weeks. Banks has become one of ACU's prominent weapons here late. Keeping an eye on the Lions' 3rd best rush defense in the UAC fares against Banks today. Andy?
Yeah, Zion, good start for Rovon. Again, 3 carries for 25 yards on that opening drive. This one flared out. It's Baldrip out of the backfield, a run play. They fake the handoff, almost the old option play there, Coach, but they'll throw it laterally. Seth Hampton will make the tackle. It's a positive gain of 3.
Yeah, it was a lateral, strange play, but pretty effective.
Seth Hampton, the tackle. Hampton from Thompson High School in Alabaster, Alabama. He the same high school as J.B. Mitchell, the receiver for the Wildcats. Mitchell, a class of 2020, Hampton class of 2022. Earl, a quick curl, far side. Another short game. First catch for J.B. Mitchell, right on cue. Just look at Keith Patterson as well in his 4th year as the ACU head coach. KP, as we like to call him around here, has really done a fantastic job coaching, building this ACU program.
Yeah, not just the X's and O's, but his commitment to character and integrity and playing hard. Just an outstanding job.
Wildcats are 14-4 here on the home turf since he took over 4 years ago. Coming off the most points they've scored at home, 45 versus Austin Peay. They'll keep this drive alive as Mitchell has a catch, runs over a defender. Cameron Jamar, who he runs over, he's down inside the 40. It's a first down for the Wildcats.
Stone Earl's best play, best throw in the last 2 weeks under pressure. North Alabama bringing 6 and had time before he got hit to throw that slant. Outstanding first down.
Jamar takes the hit. Davin Martin stayed with the play and finally brings Mitchell down, but back-to-back receptions again for the Alabama native, J.B. Mitchell. First and 10 from the 39. Earl wants to air this one out. Looks vertical. Post route. As a flag flies in the end zone. Caught. Javon Gibson and a Wildcat touchdown.
I believe the penalty was a hold or a defensive interference, kept him, and then eventually the same guy that catches for a touchdown. Super job of waiting by our quarterback there for ACU.
It was Davin Martin in the coverage. We'll check the penalty. We'll hear from our referee, Matthew Jones.
Holding, 8, defense. Penalties declined. Touchdown.
Great pass and catch here. Earl to Gibson for the touchdown.
Great route and good job of avoiding the hold for a touchdown.
And absolutely no pressure in the face of Stone Earl. Great pocket, plenty of patience. Gibson gets loose. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. Perez, PAT, right down the middle. 14-0 Wildcats. Back-to-back touchdown drives. Another look at it, Coach, from the backside. Just look at the pocket, all sorts of time to throw.
Plenty of time. He got held early. Boy, came back and found a way to beat number 8. Safety for a deep post, touchdown.
4 plays, 67 yards. If you count the swing pass that was a lateral as a pass, I guess you don't on the stat sheet, but all 4 plays were through the airs.
Yeah, quarterbacks would like to count that lateral for a pass, but it was a lateral.
I'll take the stat yardage.
Yeah,
I know how
there
you
go.
quarterbacks are,
That's
Coach.
right.
Old quarterback here at ACU.
Like to cheat.
Y'all didn't throw it much back in the day, though,
No, we
did you?
didn't. We got some things from St. Louis Cardinals and a couple of Sid Gilman and some other
Yeah.
people in pros that made it easier. Well,
See,
they were great.
The St. Louis Cardinals don't even exist anymore.
I know
that,
it.
that should tell you
That's
something.
true. Yeah.
4-play, 67-yard drive for the Wildcats. Now back-to-back scores. Meske, his 4th kickoff here of the quarter. This one a little shorter, possibly returnable. Caught 8 yards deep in the end zone. Luke thinks better of it, and he will take a knee. Another look at the ACU drive summary again. 4 plays, 67 yards. Henner Chevy GMC bringing that to us. ACU well over 100 yards of offense already.
Yeah, I believe Northern Alabama's got to change up. They're pretty predictable right now. They're going to have to run when people expect you to throw, and throw when people expect you to run. So probably a pivotal drive for North Alabama to keep themselves in the game.
Just 11 yards of total offense. 3 drives, 3 3-and-out series that have ended in punts. Now down on the scoreboard by 2 scores. Start on the left hash with a bunch formation to the right. They'll run a sweep coming right. And a little hole for Allen as he'll pick up 5. Brett Dearman was really looking forward to today. 1, it's the conference opener. 2, they had an open date last week. He said, I love how our schedule's set up. We got 4 weeks of non-conference in. We got our FBS game in. We got our D2 game in. We've gone on the road 3 of the first 4 weeks, but we had a chance, 1, to heal up, get a week off, and had 2 weeks to prepare for today. But now down on the scoreboard by 2 scores. Empty backfield this time for Purdue. Straight drop, 4-man pressure. And missed his target. Pegues, the intended receiver, looked like Pegues cut in, and Purdue threw it to the out. Nobody home. It's incomplete.
Yeah, miscommunication. A little bit under pressure. Patu and receiver broke in. He threw out, and big 3rd down, 3rd and 5.
The Lions are 40% on 3rd down conversion this year, but 0 for 3 here in the quarter. 3rd down and 5. Pegues stretched to the left. Nothing doing. Wildcats are there to make the play. Cortland Rasal, 6'4", 290-pound redshirt senior, the transfer from North Texas. He and a host of his teammates make the tackle. Here come the personnel changes again, another 3-and-out series.
Stretch play with a host of tacklers, maybe 5 of them. Never got the corner. Defensive end, outside linebacker, forced them to cut in.
The 4th punt of the quarter here for Watford. Best punt of the quarter for Watford. And Williams will make the catch but loses his balance. ACU will start at the 15. Another look at this ACU offense here in the quarter. Great mix of run and pass. 140 yards already, Coach, of total offense. Stone Earls look good too.
Yeah, he's looked good, and we have balanced it. ACU, when they came out, you could tell, had a commitment to run the ball, which makes play action and bootleg come alive, and Stone Earl has been very effective with play action and bootleg. Stone
is 8 for 8 in the quarter, 118 yards. The touchdown pass to Javon Gibson on the last drive. That's the worst starting field position thus far for the Wildcats. They'll start on their own 15. Jet sweep coming left. That's J.J. Henry, his first touch today. Henry, the redshirt senior, the transfer from Ole Miss. Hampton, another tackle out of that 2nd level of linebackers. And that will take us to the end of a first quarter. A first quarter dominated by the home team, the defending UAC champions. Hold and serve. They get a 14-0 lead here in Abilene. 14-0 Wildcats as we get ready to start the second quarter. 4 drives for North Alabama, 4 punts. The Wildcats 2 touchdowns on their first 3 drives. They'll keep this drive alive. J.J. Henry another touch. DeMarcus Robinson with the tackle. Here's a look at that ACU starting offense. Of course, we've already called the majority of these names. Let's give credit to those guys up front. Lynch, Roten, the Roten brothers, Landon and Luke, Caden Carr, George French. French today making his 7th start for the Wildcats. ACU offense currently at 146 yards. Stone Earl is a perfect 9 for 9 now thus far. As here's a long throw, make it 10 for 10. Great catch. Gibson on the sideline. Tiptoes down the sideline outside the 45 to the 48. Another Wildcat first down.
Great throw by Stone Earl. The strong safety was trying to get in front and missed it, had to throw it high. Better catch to stay on inbounds down the sideline.
Jermaine Ray, the corner, trying to undercut that route on the out route, but Stone put plenty of loft on it. Gibson up high to make a nice catch. Ray, great week against Illinois State, had 5 pass breakups 2 weeks ago. Tried to undercut that one and missed. Handoff on the inside, another tough run. Banks will cross the 50-yard line. Hampton another tackle here for North Alabama. I love the mix today, Coach, running back.
Yeah, it's a perfect mix, and on first down there, just the inside zone, but you get to 4 yards. Now it's 2nd and 6. You're kind of on schedule, and you can remain balanced.
Offensive coordinator Graham Harrell, his first year here at ACU, of course, well known for his quarterback days at Texas Tech, 2006 to 2008. 2nd down and 6. Quick pass, another catch. Mitchell down inside the 40-yard line. Move the sticks again. Wildcat first down. Speaking of J.B. Mitchell, our impact players, he's one of them today.
Yeah, ACU offensively, number 5, J.B. Mitchell, the 3rd, number 88, tight end Jed Castle has been here a long time and does a good job at cornerback for North Alabama. Number 3, Jermaine Ray Jr., one of their really good defensive linemen. Number 99, Caleb Brown.
Castles today at tight end makes his 28th start for ACU. Again, Mitchell, 5 pass breakups versus Illinois State 2 weeks ago. Earl gets out of the pocket, sets his feet, back center of the field, another catch. Henry is 3rd of the drive. And another first down to the North Alabama 24. Off script play, but it'll go for 14.
Yeah, Stone Earl did that on his own, had to scramble, kept the play alive, and kept his eyes downfield through about a 15, 20-yard strike line drive down to the 24.
It was Caleb Brown giving chase to Earl, but Stone able to reset the feet, fire another strike. And ACU back down inside the North Alabama 25. Reverse this time, Baldrip, and the Lions were ready for that. Tackle for loss. E.J. Colbert, the defensive end. Cordova, Alabama, the redshirt senior, drops Baldrip for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, good job by that defensive end, cutting everything inside. Didn't get a puller for ACU out there in time.
One of the first negative plays. Alabama did have a sack on the opening drive. That's the first tackle for loss to go with the sack. 2nd down at 13. Castle's in motion. Earl wants to strike again near sideline. Jed has it. His first catch today from Wichita Falls. Cameron Jamar brings him down, and we haven't seen 3rd down on the down box here in a while, but we'll see it here, 3rd down.
Yeah, good job by Stone Earl to find Jed Castles out in the flat. Just went straight to it. Nobody followed him.
Castles again his 28th start. This year with 11 receptions and a touchdown. On his career, 60 receptions and 9 touchdowns in an ACU uniform. A guy who had a chance in the portal to go somewhere, but decided he wanted to finish it out here at ACU. Banks between the tackles. Looks like enough for another Wildcat first down. And it is. Move the sticks at the 13.
Yeah, that's Rovon Banks, who looks like a scat back and ran over 2 or 3 people right up the middle.
That is first down number 11 here in the first half. ACU with 11 first downs. North Alabama has run 12 plays.
4 punts and no first downs.
half totally dominated by the home team. Now over 200 yards of offense, 212. Just inside the 14. Pressure comes, another good pocket in the end zone, wide open. Eddie Henry, Wildcat touchdown.
Stone Earl went off number one, killed number one receiver, number two receiver, came back to Eddie Henry, tight end, going down the left hash mark.
For Henry, his second touchdown of the year. Another thing of beauty, the center of the field between the hashes has been wide open today. Gibson on the post, Henry a similar route. 3 touchdowns in the last 3 drives.
Yeah, that must have been zone coverage, cover 3 unless somebody blew an assignment. Good job of finding that hash mark seam.
Perez with the extra point. Wildcats are on fire today. Stone Earl still perfect, 14 for 14, but they got 21 on the board. 21-0 Wildcats. Back here to Abilene, the Wildcats, 21-0 lead. Stone Earl still perfect on the stat sheet. 3 consecutive drives now for the Wildcats. They put points on the board. Let's see if North Alabama can get going here on offense.
Yeah, they need their impact players to show up pretty quickly. For North Alabama, wide receiver number 2, Tanaka Scott. Number 51, offensive lineman Ryan Walker. For ACU's defense, both inside linebackers, number 14, number 1, Rashawn Miles Jr. and Will Schaefer.
And North Alabama has run 12 plays, ACU with 12 first downs. Wildcats have only run 24 plays, but 12 first downs, 3 touchdowns. Total dominance here in the first 20 minutes. Every kickoff thus far here this afternoon for Kyler Meskey has been a touchback. He'll kick the opposite direction for the first time, and the same results. This one's 5 yards deep, and Fields lets it go. Ari Patu has only thrown 4 passes. He's 2 for 4 thus far, but only for 12 yards. Here comes North Alabama. They'll set it up on the right hash this time on the 25. First down and 10. Patu will keep it right side. He's got the 30, 35. There's the first down of the day. That's where North Alabama was really successful versus Illinois State, was on that zone read. Patu kept it 14 carries 2 weeks ago, and he's able to get off the edge right side and get a first down.
Yeah, true zone read, kept it, and showed some strength and quickness.
See if that'll get this North Alabama offense going. Misdirection, bouncing off a first defender is Juice Allen. There's 5 more, and a little tempo here for the Lions. Outside the 40-yard line for the first time. Patu again with tempo. Handoff Allen again. Left guard has another first down. Dropped in the hole by Rashawn Miles, but maybe just something here, Coach Dearman and company. Just change the first quarter. Try to just get some up-tempo here in the second.
Yeah, and they got a first down, which is a big improvement.
Patu again keeps right side across the 50-yard line. Takes a big hit this time. It's Javian Wilcox. Javian's been plenty busy here in the first half. The redshirt sophomore, the transfer, started his career at Texas Tech. Of course, that's been a nice pipeline with Keith Patterson coming here to ACU. Wilcox a good first half. Patu again, the graduate student from Stanford, played the first 3 years of his career at Stanford. Received his degree there from Stanford in architecture, finished in 3 years. And actually new quarterback in the ballgame. That's number 7 now in the ballgame.
And we'll have to look him up. Yeah, interesting.
DC Tapscott is now in the game. Tapscott, the 6'4", 215-pound redshirt senior.
I think Patu may have gotten really hit hard the last 2 zone reads he kept.
So Tapscott now in the shotgun. It's 3rd down and 3. Straight drop, quick out pattern. Underthrown, but a nice catch. Caleb Heatherly. Heatherly able to get the 1st down. Nice catch on the outside.
Who was nearly intercepted, but great catch. Had to turn around and reach totally out wide.
So 1st down and 10, Lions. They're at the ACU 37. Tapscott again has come in here quarterback on this drive. Motion into the backfield. Sets his feet, throwback right side. Has a receiver down inside the 20. A slide and a catch. And the Lions down inside
Ruling
the 20
on the field
with a
is
1st
an
down.
incomplete pass,
Yeah,
2nd
great
down.
Call, throwback, sprint out, stopped, and that receiver ran a wheel or rail. Nobody followed him. Great throw, great completion.
And now they're taking a look at it. I think they're going to say incomplete as the teams have come back. Teams have come back to the 37. Thought he had the catch.
And he was underthrown, so it could have been throw low. He trapped.
So they'll call it 2nd down and 10. Patu has come back in after Tapscott ran the last few plays. Tapscott had played in 2 games. He was 1 for 4 through the air. But now
The ruling on the
Dearman
field
wants to,
of an incomplete pass
have a
is under further
conversation
review.
here. He thinks this might be a catch. We might have our first review of the afternoon. Here's the throwback again. A tough angle to see from there, but I think we'll have our first review of the afternoon. While the officials look at it, we'll take a timeout. ACU a 21-0 lead here in Abilene. To Abilene, we wait for the call on the review. Our referee, Matthew Jones, getting ready to tell us.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. It's an incomplete pass, 2nd down.
Incomplete pass. It was Allen out of the backfield. Tried to come back, a little underthrown, trying to make a sliding catch, but it does touch the turf. So the call is upheld, and it's 2nd down and 10 here for North Alabama. Ari Patu is back in. We saw Tapscott the last 3 plays, but Patu is back in. Tapscott got the call over Destin Wade, who's listed on the 2 deep as the backup, but Tapscott got the call. Patu back in here, though, 2nd down and 10 from the 37. Quick strike, sliding catch. Tanaka Scott, his first catch. 3rd down, about 3 here. This feels like a big play for North Alabama.
Yeah, big play. They're probably thinking 2 plays to get a 1st down. Would not try a field goal here. 21-3 doesn't help them.
By far their most successful drive of the afternoon. First 4 drives were all 3-and-out punts. And I think you're right, this 4-down territory.
Yeah.
Overload on the right. 3rd down and 3. Allen, tough run. Should have enough for a 1st down. He breaks loose. He's got more than a 1st down. He's got a touchdown. Juice Allen gets loose in the pile. Takes it the distance. North Alabama on the scoreboard.
Broke 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles right there in a row and never slowed down.
And a shot in the arm of momentum here for the Lions. They'll go 75 yards and, yeah, just broke loose, spun out, gets in the end zone for the touchdown. His 4th touchdown of the year. Ian Vachon in for the extra point. And Vachon drills it through. Lions are back in it, their first touchdown of the afternoon. Juice Allen on the scoreboard, 21-7 Wildcats.
Greatest joys, to walk with you through your deepest sorrows. We are committed to serving you and your loved ones, our patients, and our community. With every service and every building are to bring better care to our home in Texas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for trusting Hendrick Health with your care for 100 years.
There's nothing like game day in the big country. From football to basketball and baseball, ACU Wildcat pride runs deep, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance members can be right in the middle of the excitement with 2 complimentary tickets to ACU Athletics events. It's simple. Visit your local Texas Farm Bureau Insurance agent and sign up. Then head online to claim your tickets. Visit acusports.com/TFB tickets to select your game and claim your seat to cheer on the Wildcats, courtesy of Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Go Wildcats!
The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A-game to your party. From kickoff to tip-off and the final buzzer to the last out, United Supermarkets is proud to be the official sponsor of Abilene Christian University.
Good crowd here in Abilene. The Wildcats a 21-7 lead, but North Alabama able to get on the scoreboard. A Juice Allen 29-yard touchdown. Here's a look at Stone Earl. His first half has been impressive. 13 of 13, 187 yards and 2 touchdowns. Great start for the Wildcats offensively. Let's see if they can punch back here at North Alabama's scoring drive.
13 out of 13 doesn't happen unless you're not thinking about it. So he needs to continue that. If you're an ACU fan, and continue not to think, just react and go with your reads. He's done a good job of taking what the defense has given him.
North Alabama scoring drive, 9 plays, 75 yards, 3:47 off the clock. UNA was averaging just half a yard per carry on their first 4 drives. That drive alone, 11 yards per carry. And they'll kick off here as Vashon, his first kickoff today. Adrian Baldrick stands at the goal line. And this will go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wildcats today, 166 yards on first down. They have 12 first downs, but on first down, they've been highly effective continuing to move drives.
Yeah, that may be the most important stat that we could say. If you're effective on first down, then you don't have to worry about third and long or third and short. So
ACU scoring drives, 2 of those have been 2 of their 6 longest of the year, a 76-yard drive and an 85-yard drive for touchdowns. A Wildcat team that really struggled. They were moving the ball all year long, 50 yards plus down the field, but we're not cashing in with points. They've been much more effective of that here in the last few weeks. They'll start on the ground here. Short run for Jordan Vaughn. Robinson, another tackle. He's been active here. The senior Will linebacker transferred from Georgia Southern.
Pulling guard did not block that defensive end. Great tackle by defensive end that kept him from getting 7 or 8.
Maybe a yard, half a yard at best. Second down, a long 9. Earl, first incompletion of the day, and it's good coverage on the backside. Tate Martin able to knock the pass away last second from Dallas Dudley. The first incompletion sets up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, great breakup. Dallas Dudley probably should have caught it, but outstanding pressure to knock it away.
Now, a third down stop here by North Alabama. They'll get the football back, chance to cut this deficit in half. From the 25, third down and 9. Four-man pressure. Early evades, throws, but down on a slide. The catch by Dudley, shy of a first down. It's Tay Martin in coverage. I don't think you go for it this part of the field. I think you play defense.
If you're ACU, those coaches are going to punt it. Good decision.
And a boost in the arm here for North Alabama. We'll get the football right back. Don't forget, UNA fell behind 17-0 at Illinois State. Came back and got it to overtime. So I hate to say familiar territory, not territory you like to be in, but this North Alabama team has done this. Pegues a fair catch, and the Lions have it back. They'll start at the 23. Hey, let's take it down to the sideline. Zion Webb has more. Hey, Zion.
Yeah, Andy, a big touchdown for UNA last time out. Keep an eye on them, as this year serves as a landmark season for North Alabama, making the decision to leave Division II back in 2018. The Lions went through a 4-year transition and now enters its 4th full-fledged season as an FCS football member, and they're eligible for FCS postseason play. Quarterback Eric Patu said conference play is a whole different beast, and his team has no fear and is ready to execute in their first UAC game against the Wildcats. Andy?
Yeah, good stuff. Zion is a few years behind ACU as far as the transition to Division I. They'll start with the jet sweep and no room to run. Brent Dearman was very complimentary of ACU as far as the comparison, North Alabama and ACU. Of course, Brawley Stadium, North Alabama's home stadium. This is their final year that they'll play in Florence at Brawley Stadium. But Coach Dearman said, hey, the plans for our new stadium, our on-campus stadium next year, we stole the ideas from when we came here, Wildcat Stadium, Anthony Field 2 years ago. Really like the concept of the stadium here, and the stadium in Florence will have a very similar feel to what they're playing in here today in Abilene. Another short gain. It's going to be a third down and 8. And another long passing situation here for the Lions.
Yeah, when North Alabama was really being more aggressive with their play calling, they were doing better. So run, third down and 8.
Patu through the air is just 3 for 5 today. Only 7 pass attempts total. Tapscott was 1 for 2. Patu 3 for 5. Could be a passing situation here, third down and 8. Wildcats will bring pressure. Patu drops the snap. It's loose at the 20-yard line. And ACU, their first takeaway of the afternoon. That's just a mechanical mistake there. That's a bad snap. Patu didn't catch it. Wildcats get the recovery.
If you're a wide receiver coach, you're going to tell that wide receiver, now quarterback, head bob, look it in. That's the one thing he didn't do. Started to turn. Never had it. Dropped it.
Yeah, high snap around the face mask, and Patu was starting to survey the field before he made a clean catch, and the Wildcats will take advantage. ACU came in +2 in the turnover category. North Alabama was +3, so you can flip those statistics now. Wildcats +3 on the first takeaway of the afternoon. And just when it felt like momentum was starting to sway to the visitor sideline, ACU's set up with a short field. From the 20-yard line. Stay with Banks, met right in the hole. The front of that defensive unit for North Alabama. Mercius Robinson again, another stop. Of course, it was 3 turnovers versus Austin Peay 2 weeks ago that really the difference for the Wildcats in their conference opener. 3 turnovers in the first half that ACU cashed in. The 45 points versus the Governors 2 weeks ago, the most that ACU scored on a home game in Keith Patterson's 4-year tenure. Second down at 10, quick out pattern. Henry another catch. He's been active in the first half. Jermaine Ray will drop him just shy of a first down, but 3rd down and 1, kind of like the play call opportunities here.
Yeah, and also I'm thinking they're thinking 2 plays to get a 1st down. Great throw on 2nd and 10, about a 5-yard out.
4th catch of the first half for Henry. 3rd down and 1. Inside handoff. Should be enough for a 1st down as Banks able to drive forward. Avery Howard gets the tackle, but it is enough for a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout here in Abilene. ACU a 21-7 lead, trying to get it back to a 3-score game. And injury timeout. Brent Dearman and North Alabama also elected to go ahead and use their 1st timeout. The clock would have run when we came back. Brent Dearman wants a chance to have some time left on the clock if ACU were to score here. 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. We had a great visit with Brent Dearman this week. Brent told us, I've spent some time in West Texas. I played quarterback for the San Angelo Stampede Express indoor football team back in 2008. Said it was one of the greatest times of his football career, just slinging it around the old 50-yard field, doing it down in the barn in San Angelo, and he had a lot of fun playing some football down there.
Boy, nothing like arena football, mass chaos on a major scale. Yeah.
Did that in 2008. He said he was offered the chance to come back in 2009, but he had already taken a coaching job by that point and said, boys, I had a lot of fun, but I'm going to go be a coach instead. But was very fond of his time here in West Texas in San Angelo. It's a 2nd down and goal for ACU. They're at the North Alabama 1. Banks will get a chance to power it in, and it'll depend on a spot. He did not get there. I thought he on 2nd effort might have, but he is short. So 3rd down and goal. This might play in the advantage of ACU, as either North Alabama's going to have to let the clock continue to run or burn another timeout. And at this point, the clock winds. 1:23 left here in the 1st half.
I thought they were going to sneak it since Stone Earl was under the center, which he doesn't do much. 3rd down from the 1-foot line.
Wildcats now are very content to run the play clock down. I would bet that Keith Patterson will call a timeout here with 1 second left here in the play clock, and he will. With just under
Abilene Christian uses their 1st timeout. 30 seconds.
So a 3rd down and goal coming up here for the Wildcats. A little surprised there that Brent Dearman didn't take the timeout and save some clock. He took the timeout after 1st down, but did not take the timeout.
Seemed like
after
he
2nd down.
lost about 40 seconds he could have saved.
Third down and goal now coming up here for ACU. As this 1st half has been a lot of the Wildcats here in the 1st half. Be nice to punch in another score and get a 3-score lead.
Yeah, their offensive line for Abilene Christian at times is dominant. Maybe the play of the game here, 21-10, actually 24-7 versus 28-7 is a huge difference. Big play.
So here comes 3rd down and goal now for the ACU offense. Earl back under the center. Take the snap, play action this time. Throws it out in the flat. He's got Eddie Henry all alone in the end zone. The play action works to perfection. Stone Earl's got his 3rd touchdown pass of the 1st half. And the Wildcats cash in on the turnover. Now 27-7 with an extra point to follow.
Gutsy play, fake the lead right up the middle, and nobody followed. Eddie Henry.
And Henry with the touchdown. His 1st of the afternoon. And Perez in for the extra point. He remains perfect this afternoon, 28-7. Wildcats back up by 3 scores. Another look at the touchdown, Coach.
Yeah, Eddie Henry wide open, just snuck out from a slot or tight end position. Good fake. Stone Earl was about to get hammered, still managed to throw the touchdown.
And Henry's second touchdown now of the afternoon. Stone 17 of 18, 213 yards and 3 touchdowns. Still just the 1 incompletion. 8 different receivers have caught passes from Stone in the 17 completions.
Go ahead. Yeah, it seems like, Coach, that the big percentage that everybody wants quarterback to achieve is between 60 and 70%. So it's pretty unusual to get near perfection. So unbelievable first half by Stone Earl.
Stone had 3 consecutive weeks of career highs in passing yards, 239 versus SFA, 276 versus TCU, 354 versus Austin Peay. That number will be in jeopardy if the second half continues. Here's a short kickoff. This one taken all the way out at the 20-yard line. Justin Lucas' first return. He'll get it out across the 25. So 50 seconds to work with for North Alabama. 2 timeouts in their pocket. I think down by 3 scores, you've got to try to manufacture something here in this 50 seconds, try to get a field goal on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you got to do something to give yourself a mental edge going into halftime, some confidence.
Yes, Patu will set up shop again. Just 3 for 5 passing here in the first half. Start with 4 receivers. First down at 10. Wildcats will play coverage. Patu will get what he can. Gets 7. No timeout for the Lions here. They'll continue to let the clock run. It's gone under 35 seconds. Patu throws to the outside, but nobody home at all. I think he thought Pegues was going to break that route to the outside, and he didn't.
Yeah, I think so. He ran a seam route, and boy, he threw that quarterback, threw that ball nowhere. Nobody had a chance. Total busted communication.
It's the second time we've seen that between Patu and Pegues here in the first half. Now a 3rd down and 3. North Alabama just trying to get out of the first half without having to punt the football one more time. Pressure in his face. Able to avoid the first, fumbles the football again. And ACU another takeaway. The strip, the recovery, and now the Wildcats with 19 seconds down inside the 30-yard line.
Had the ball loose, had it out, didn't have it to his stomach, even if he's trying to scramble or throw it. And for the second time, critical mistake, knocked it out of his hand. First down, Abilene Christian from the 29.
Yeah, Rashawn Miles, the recovery. Back-to-back possessions of fumbles and recovered fumbles for the Wildcats. And just when you think maybe North Alabama can get out of this first half, now ACU, hey, take a shot or 2 at the end zone. I think you're in field goal range already.
Rashawn Miles last week was a turnover machine. He got 3 fumbles and starting it again this week.
So 19 seconds, 2 timeouts for the Wildcats. 1st and 10 from the 29. Earl rolls to his right. Near side, in and out of the hands of Gibson, incomplete. Coverage by Jermaine Ray on this near side. They rolled coverage as well. Safety help over the top. And Gibson cut off the route, but good coverage there by Ray. Sets up 2nd down at 10. 13 seconds left. I still think you take a shot here to the end zone.
Yeah, I do too.
Laterals across the middle, underthrown. This one intercepted. Intercepted by Robinson. He's up the near sideline, trying to get a block. Now wants to lateral. He hands it off. A flag does fly. As he laterals it back to Avery Howard, who is tackled. The interception will stop the drive. As Robinson gets the interception, we will check the flag, but no points here for the Wildcats at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Stone Earl's only bad pass had a tight end seam route right down the hash mark. Had him open and just threw it 2 yards short.
Again, we will check the flag here. Should be the end of the first half. So the flag, I think, is going to be post-possession after the interception occurs. Should be a post-possession penalty here on North Alabama. See our officiating crew under Matthew Jones having a conversation.
Coach Keith Patterson is out talking to the referee about something related to, maybe he disagrees. We're trying to find out what's happening here. Lots of things happening this play.
Take another look at the interception. Just underthrown, and Robinson a nice job of getting the INT. Where the flag lies on the field tells me it's something in the area of a block in the back or a hold on North Alabama once the interception had taken place. The flag lays on ACU's end of the field, past the 50-yard line. So that's where North Alabama's defenders had turned into blockers, and we're trying to create a lane for Robinson on the return.
And you would anticipate a block in the back?
Yeah, block in the back or hold or something along those lines on post-possession. Lengthy conversation here between our officials. Here's the
After
call.
the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 57 of the intercepting team. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff to begin the second half, halftime.
So a personal foul on North Alabama, which will be assessed on the second half kickoff. The Wildcats will receive the second half kickoff, and they'll have a 3-touchdown lead when the second half begins. 28-7 Wildcats. Wildcats in the first half with 253 total yards of offense. North Alabama with 90 total yards in the first half of play. Stone Earl again 17 of 20, 213 yards in the first half.
Quarterback Ari Patu did lots of things well, had a couple of good completions.
Britt Dearman is coming down field level. He is going to join Zion Webb. Britt Dearman with Zion. Zion?
Hey, Coach, you guys kind of struggled in that first quarter. To end it, you got the pick. What are you going to do to tell your team?
You know, I thought we came out flat in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams. We got a night at fire underneath our guys today. Abilene's playing well. We're not playing up to our standard right now, so we got to turn it up a little bit in this halftime.
All right, thank you, Coach. Andy, back to you.
Thank you, Zion. 28-7 Wildcats here at Wildcat Stadium. We'll send it down to Jaden and Daisy for the halftime show. It's UAC football. It's here on ESPN+.
Daisy Strine here with Jaden West, and what we've seen, a very interesting first half. ACU really dominating, and the story of this half has been ACU's defense.
Yeah, absolutely. They forced 2 turnovers there towards the end of that second quarter and got 1 score off of it. But in that first quarter, they didn't allow Northern Alabama to get a single first down. They've really shut down this run game, and that's been a key piece to why the Wildcats are dominating so well in that first half.
It sure has, and with the offense as well. Stone Earl's stats for this first half, insane. As we take a look at the stats in the first half, even you start with those passing yards, 213, and the rushing yards as well. Jaden, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, they're really just getting guys in space. It's a really good game plan from the offensive coordinator, Graham Harrell, and really this entire Wildcat staff. They're getting guys in space and finding lots of open running room after Stone's able to get it out. He hadn't been pressured a whole lot. Credit to the guys up front for the Wildcats. Those guys, the 5 offensive linemen up there, doing a really nice job for ACU. and the defense has just really shut down the offense, really mainly the rush game for the Lions of Northern Alabama. They came into today ranked 10th in the nation and first in the conference, averaging 220 yards per game on the ground and just 60 in that first half. Great job by really in the trenches for the Wildcats on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And even in these replays, you can see Stone Earl's ability to get movement. That O-line absolutely shutting it down for Stone Earl, being able to move the ball wherever he needs to and execute every play.
Yeah, and he spread the ball around really nicely as well. He's got 8 different pass catchers on that offense, so it's a new guy almost every time, and 3 touchdowns. The completion percentage is great. He was 14 for his first 14 passes, and it's been a really great day and a good game plan, I think, from the Wildcats.
And going in more depth, we can look at this QB side-by-side stats. You can take a look at the quarterback comparison where Stone Earl has really shown. According to Northern Alabama's QB, we can really see him taking the lead there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Stone's been great. For Patu, for the Lions of Northern Alabama, he's had a hard time. When he's running the ball well, then they had that really nice drive and scored that touchdown to start that second quarter, but it was, he hasn't been able to get the ball out very quickly. He's had to deal with some pressure, and it's been good coverage downfield for the Wildcats.
Absolutely, and as well, penalties not on Northern Alabama's side in this game either. ACU clean from the penalty slate in this game too.
Yeah, I mean, the Wildcats lead the UAC in fewest penalty yards per game, just 43 yards in flags coming into today, and they didn't have a single penalty in that first half. That's big when you want to win games down the stretch, and though they should dominate Northern Alabama like they are, that plays a big role in conference play, especially at home, and that'll lead the Wildcats to their undefeated at-home goal of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And last year, Northern Alabama upset the Wildcats. They were on a roll. So it looks like the Wildcats came into this one knowing what the past held and knowing how they want to translate that into the future with momentum in this one.
Yeah, and for the second half, they've got all the momentum. Like I said, forcing 2 turnovers there at the end of the half, and they need to come out and have a dominant second half. They get the ball first.
Absolutely. And we'll be back after this quick break.
(28-7) Wildcats as we get ready to start the second half here at Wildcat Stadium. Anthony Field, Andy Penny alongside the coach Jim Reese. Coach, I don't know which side is more impressive, the defense, 4 consecutive 3-and-out series by North Alabama to start by the ACU defense, or 253 yards, Stone Earl 17 of 20. Either way you look at it, Wildcats pretty impressive on both sides.
Yeah, pretty impressive and dominant. The difference between the quarterbacks is pretty large. You look at Aaron Patu, who has some good things, but also fumbled the ball twice in critical situations. Stone Earl, best game we've ever seen him play, and was just outstanding. He managed to keep the play alive even when there was pressure.
We look at our Anthony Chiropractic halftime adjustments for North Alabama. 2 fumbles on their last 2 drives. They've got to protect the football and get some more guys involved, and for ACU, just keep the pressure on defense.
Yeah, and I think also offensive line protected Stone Earl really well for ACU. Develop more of a running game. The second half would really help and also chew up the clock.
No doubt about that. Against Stone Earl, 17 of 20, 213 yards in that first half. For North Alabama, here's a look at their 1 touchdown as Juice Allen was able to get loose and able to get in the end zone. Their 1 score, but again, the turnover game, the last 2 drives for North Alabama, both ends in fumbles.
Yeah, and self-inflicted turnovers, dropped 2 balls that were right in his hands, quarterback, and that's critical.
Eddie Henry, 2 touchdown receptions in the first half, 2 of 3 touchdown passes for Stone Earl. Here's the second fumble by Patu. ACU unable to score on that drive as Stone Earl, they're on the last play of the half trying to make something happen, an interception for Stone. That's the only downside to that first half. A 28-7 Wildcat lead here as we get ready to start the second half. North Alabama won the toss. They elected to receive, so the Wildcats will receive the football here to start the third quarter of play. A couple other numbers for you in that first half. Rovon Banks had 8 carries for 35 yards, the leading rusher for ACU. Javon Gibson, 3 receptions for 69 yards, a 39-yard touchdown reception, part of that. JB Mitchell had 3 receptions for 33 yards. J.J. Henry had 3 for 29. Radrian Baldrip had 2 receptions for 44. 8 different receivers for Stone Earl there in the first half. And Ari Patu just 3 for 6, only 8 pass attempts for North Alabama there in the first half. They ran it 19 times, only threw it 8. So we'll see. Down by 3 scores, you might have to open up the pass game a little bit.
I think you're going to have to, and we were both surprised they didn't throw more in the first half.
The last play of the first half, an unsportsmanlike penalty on North Alabama, 15-yard mark-off here on the kickoff of the second half. So as you can see, Ian Vachon has it teed up at the 20-yard line. And Baldrick stands deep at the Wildcat 10 as here's the Vachon kickoff. Baldrick will catch at the 5 with a chance to return. Seam near side, out across the 40, and good starting field position here for the Wildcats. Total of 253 yards in that first half. In the 20 pass attempts and 15 rush attempts. ACU's been balanced all season long when you look at their number of plays. A little opposite of what they typically do. 53% run, 47% pass. A little bit opposite here in this first half of play. But good starting field position here at the 41. I feel like this is a drive that clock management and put some points on the board. You can almost put this one away early here in the second half. So Wildcats will start on the ground, and Banks short gain this time, although second effort, help of his offensive line, he'll get out across the 45.
Yeah, help of his offensive line with a little tush push, and he gets 5 yards out of nothing.
Banks did not start today. Jordan Vaughn was in the huddle for the first play, but now Rovon has had majority of the carries. Second down and 5 here at the 46. Banks again. Nice hole, and he's got a first down. Rovon, a great story from Tulsa, Oklahoma is where he played his high school football at Union High School. His track coach was Coach Keith Patterson's daughter, and Coach Patterson's daughter said, hey, you might want to call this guy. His daughter, Keith Patterson's daughter, Erin, said, you might want to call this guy. Yeah, call this guy Rovon.
Wow.
Hey, you dads, listen to your daughters. They know what they're talking about. Rovon's been special here in Abilene. Across the 50 after the Banks first down here at the North Alabama 46. 3 plays in a row. It's Rovon. Stretches right. Close to a horse collar as Hampton rips him down, but 4 more for Rovon. It's a drive that starts on the ground.
Yeah, just ran basically the inside zone and nearly bounced it outside for a big gain.
Earl, a long look over to the sideline to offensive coordinator Graham Harrell. Graham started the year in the box. He was up in the booth each of the first 2 games versus Tulsa and versus Stephen F. Austin. He made his way down to the field in game 3 for TCU, and it's really been a different offense. I feel like with the dynamic of Graham Harrell and Stone Earl on the field, it just feels like it's much more comfortable for Stone receiving the play calls and executing plays.
Yeah, and he can see him, and they can talk to each other and form a relationship and dialogue during the game, and it's been really important. Important change.
Yes, Henry another catch. Yeah, that started at TCU because the communication was not working. Graham was in the booth to start that game at TCU, but the communication headsets were not working. He made his way down to the field. Stone had a great second half, and before you know it, Graham decided, I kind of like this standing on the sideline things. Straight drop here, a quick slant. Henry another catch up high over the helmet. Nice catch. And Eddie's got 7 more.
Yeah, just a little delay by Eddie Henry, and great catch. Just high throw, but super catch. Second down, about 2.5.
Transfer out of Houston. Love telling the story of the nickname of Eddie for Brian Eddie Henry. 6'2", 250, was born premature. That was the nickname as he was born, was Eddie, for Itty Bitty, but hard to see that nowadays. Second and short inside the 30. Quick out. Caught again, Henry. He's been active today. He's still loose. He's inside the 5. Has his helmet ripped off, but it doesn't matter. It's a Wildcat touchdown. All sorts of penalty flags on the field. One of the most evident face masks that you're going to see. It doesn't matter. Henry's in the end zone.
Boy, great play by JJ. Again, in the slot, just running a 5-yard out. Threw it on time. Stone Earl did, and he danced down the sideline the last 25 yards.
Henry's first touchdown here of the year.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. Touchdown.
As you heard, the penalty will be assessed again on the kickoff. And Stone has now matched his career high in touchdown passes, his 4th touchdown pass this afternoon. Nice opening drive to start the second half, exactly what the Wildcats wanted to do. They eat up 3.5 minutes off the clock. They get points on the board. The lead is stretched out to 28. Stone Earl to J.J. Henry. Wildcats a 35-7 lead with 11:25 here in this third quarter of play. Coach will stay here and just, again, exactly what the Wildcats needed to start this second half. 35-7 Wildcats. 11:23 left. Thing of beauty here, Earl to Henry. Hold on to that helmet. Hold on to that football. Get in the end zone. Wildcats in control. Another look at campus of ACU. Beautiful October afternoon here. Still a little warm here in the big country, Coach. We're still mid-80s in early October. It's fall weather, right?
This may be our winter for Abilene, and getting down to 80s for a high, and definitely not fall, not winter.
Well, the only thing not hot is the temperature. The temperature is certainly hot, but it's not the only thing. The Wildcat offense has been just as good, averaging 9.5 yards on first down today. Over 300 yards now of total offense. Stone Earl 20 of 23 for 255. 4 touchdowns, a career high. They'll start first and 10. They'll start it on the left hash after the touchback here from the 20. And they'll stay on the ground. That's E.J. Wilson, his first carry today, the 5'10 redshirt senior out of Tampa. He's got 8 at second down and 2. Let's send it down field level. Zion Webb with more. Hey, Zion.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. ACU quarterback Stone Earl had a big offseason, and not just on the football field, returning to the big country for the second stint as a Wildcat. Earl also tied the knot last summer, and married life seems to have sparked something in Earl. He's already surpassed his total passing yards since his last time back in 2021. Just halfway through the season, Andy.
Well, no doubt. So he is a winner on the field. He's a winner off the field as well. He's able to get, yeah, here's a day from the big day last spring, Stone getting married. So, you know, he's a winner on the field. He's a winner off the field. The only time he's tied was right there. He tied the knot. Beautiful thing. Great looking pictures for Stone. He said he lives in the same apartment now that he lived in when he was here early in his career as a single man. They're living in the same apartment complex. So good to have Stone back here in Abilene. 3rd down and 4 here from the 26. Pressure comes in and out of the hands of Baldrip. Crossing route between Dudley and Baldrip, and the way those two receivers are looking at each other, I think Baldrip thought Dudley was going to make a play on it. Neither one did.
Ooh, and the one that had it in his hands could have gone a long way, wide open. Just crazy miscommunication.
Bring on the punt team. Haven't seen Hugo Nash much today, but we'll see the redshirt junior here. Pegues stands deep just inside the 30. Shorter kick. Pegues trying to run up underneath. It slides. It hits him. Flag is out. ACU has the football. I think we're about to have interference on ACU right at the 35. As Pegues took a big shot trying to run up underneath that football.
Yeah, and I didn't see the fair catch signal, but I think he did it early, and I think that's probably going to be the call.
We'll see a replay here. Again, a shorter punt. Pegues has to run up under it to try to make the catch. Never saw a fair catch call, but man, I think he took maybe a knee right in the helmet. So Noah Mangum in punt coverage coming down to defend that.
I'm not sure what the penalty is going to be here. Yeah.
Well, just I think did not allow enough room for Pegues to make that catch.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Good news is he is back up on his feet. Well, that looked a whole lot worse than
there is no foul for kick catch interference. It was his own player that hit him. It'll be first down, North Alabama.
So there's the call. So we're going to a break. 35-7 Wildcats, halfway through the third. The previous play is now under review. You heard our referee, Matthew Jones, tell us that there was no flag for fair catch interference on the play. Well, as the play played out, there was a fumble on the play that ACU recovered. So the ACU coaching staff, Nick Holt, Keith Patterson, are saying, well, if there's no flag on the play, that should be a live football. We recovered a fumble. So now they're trying to determine who touched the football first. Did ACU or North Alabama touch it first? Boy, it sure looks like Pegues had his hands on it.
Yeah, and the call on the field was that Pegues' own player ran into him, and so ACU did not touch the football probably until they recovered it.
So
this is going to be an interesting explanation.
The contact on Pegues was his own teammate that hit him. Looked like John Austin Wood. Actually, that was Anthony Young who hit him. Another look here, Anthony Young, number 20, coming down. That's the contact on Pegues. There was no ACU contact. And it looks like Pegues touches the football first. If that's the case, it's a live football. The Wildcats came out of the pile. ACU should have possession with no penalty.
That the North Alabama returner touched the ball. It was subsequently recovered by Abilene Christian at the 36-yard line. Their ball, first down there.
And that's heads-up observation by Nick Holt, defensive coordinator on the near side. He was the first one off the near sideline and said, if the flag has been picked up, we recovered a fumble, that should be our football.
That's right. That's good logic for an assistant coach on the sideline to call that politely to the referee's attention.
It goes as the third turnover by North Alabama today. And another short field here for ACU. First and 10 on the 36. Stone has a tight end to his right and motion across the formation. Sets his feet, wheel route, near sideline, underthrown, incomplete. Henry, the intended receiver, good coverage that time by Brian Dilworth. Pass, if that has a little more air on it, that's a touchdown.
It was a little short, great routes by Henry, ran a rail route or a wheel route, had him by about a step.
Dilworth able to get the hands up and knock it away. The transfer from Kansas, 6 foot, 180-pound redshirt junior. Second and 10 now here for the Wildcats. Vaughn gets the call in the backfield, and he'll get a carry left side. And Jordan almost had the football stripped out, but he'll hang on to it for 5. It was Robinson again. Robinson had the interception in the first half, almost the strip of the football here.
Yeah, he did. Ran a nice little counter and nearly got a strip, nearly broke it. It was just a weird play.
Third down and 5. The Wildcats, a 28-point lead at 35-7. Led 14-0 at the end of the first. 28-7 at the break. They've added a touchdown here in the third. Third down 5. 3-man pressure. Earl escapes. Middle of the field. Catch, and it should be enough for a first down. Is that Castles? I'll check that. It's Nathan Jones with the catch.
First catch.
Yeah, depth at the tight end spot. Jones, the transfer from Minnesota. He's a local product.
We'll say it's 4th and 1.
Oh, they're going to call it short.
Yeah, interesting spot.
Fred Billy was giving chase there of Earl, but Earl able to escape. It is 4th and 1, less than 1. They'll put it in the belly of Vaughn. He'll have the first down. Power down to the 24. Yeah, we're starting to see depth at that tight end spot. Of course, Eddie Henry, 2 touchdowns today. Grant Jones scored. He's more of a wide receiver type, but did score. But I called the name Nathan Jones today. Again, the transfer from Minnesota. He plays high school ball at Brock, just down the road here from Abilene. Let's say down the road, hour and a half.
It's down the road.
Okay.
If you're in the big country,
West Texas, down the road.
Yeah.
Drive that far to buy groceries sometimes. 1st and 10 at the 24. Banks back in. Rovon closing in on 3rd century mark of rushing. He's got 3 here, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, typical run on the inside zone by Rovon. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage and finds a way to get 4. So for a 5'9" dude, he's not just a scat back.
That long run, the opening drive last week versus Incarnate Word. ACU scored the touchdown on that opening drive. That was their only score, though, last week. It has been different this week. Quick pass here in the flat. Henry puts his foot in the ground, changes direction. Short gain. Good open field tackle this time by Martin again. And another 3rd down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, great tackle by Martin. Cornerback, just a quick screen.
Saw there on the screen, 259 of passing has surpassed the season average. ACU averaging 230 yards passing. They're 259 today. Stone again, the career high, 354. He's got some work to do. He's at 261. He's got a 3rd down and 4 from the North Alabama 18. Straight drop, good pocket. Pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Lance Bassett, the 6'2" redshirt sophomore. He'll get his paw up and knock that one down. It'll be a field goal attempt.
Probably a good decision. If it had been 4th and 1, you would expect them to go for it. 4th and 4, trying to get points.
As Brandon Perez is in for the field goal attempt. A 35-yarder from the right hash. Good snap, good hold. And Perez from 35 knocks it through. 4:13 in our 3rd quarter of play, a 38-7 lead. And 3 takeaways now, a touchdown on the first turnover, a field goal here, 10 points off of 3 takeaways today.
Yeah, 3 takeaways, and that's nearly always the #1 category to see if you're going to win the game. So 3 takeaways, and boy, some other things that have happened that looks like a runaway, and surprising because we thought that North Alabama at times has been very competitive, but maybe struggling on the road.
This is their 4th road game out of their first 5. I thought with the open week and this is the start of conference, we'd see a little more, but they have been flat. Started flat. First 4 drives were all 3 and out offensive series. Just 123 yards of offense for the Lions thus far. And a 31-point hole now here at 38-7. Meske gets ready to kick off again. Another deep kick to the far sideline. This is out of bounds and a flag on the play.
Kick out of bounds.
Hey, all the great
Kicking
shots
team.
today
Ball
you're
be
seeing
placed
from this
at the
crew right here,
35-yard
the
line.
production
First down.
crew at ACU TV. Bringing you all the camera shots, all the production work, all the great graphics and such.
Everybody does a great job, and they're all smiling. Every one of them is smiling.
Always say they're the ones that are opening the holes for us,
That's
and we
right.
get to plow through into the end zone. We saw the wave, Paige. It looked good. Saw that. Hutton Harris up front. Hutton's back to 2 hands with no wrist guard on anymore, so everybody's back to full strength in the production studio, so that's good. The kick out of bounds, the first penalty on the Wildcats today. It sets up North Alabama at the 35. We see Tapscott back at the quarterback. He's played the entire second half. Threads a needle here. Noah Gregg had a chance to make the catch, but he takes a huge shot out of the secondary from Romario Noel. Pass falls incomplete.
We thought they might throw the flag for helmet to helmet. It wasn't, but boy, what a hit.
We haven't seen Gregg today. That's the first time we've seen him, the 6'3" redshirt freshman. And maybe the best pass of the afternoon from a North Alabama quarterback. Threaded the needle, but a big hit from Noel out of the secondary. Tapscott with an empty backfield. Pressure off the edge, takes another hit. It's Kagan Roach, the big shot.
He's coming off the field again with that same shoulder, I believe. Wow.
Hits Tapscott right as he throws it. Now, Kagan has been really battling a shoulder injury. He's trying to play through it. As soon as he made the hit on Tapscott, he said, let's get out of here. Well, that shoulder's been really bothering him the last 2-3 weeks. He had the pads off in the first half, but came out of the locker room after halftime with the pads back on. Makes the big hit, but comes out here. 3rd down and 10. Well, he's been so good on that defensive line his entire career. Deep ball here, it's incomplete. Scott, the intended receiver. There is a flag on the play in the secondary. Might have a pass interference.
Pass
Tyson
interference.
Williams on the coverage.
Defense, automatic, first down.
It is. The unfortunate piece of that is Scott, the receiver, had yet to turn his head back.
Wasn't looking at all. Yeah,
had yet to turn his head to see the football, but there was contact and the whistle.
Yeah, maybe the first time ACU brought 6 and max pressure, and good job by the quarterback Tapscott getting rid of it.
So a new set of downs, 1st and 10 at the 48. Underneath, Allen out of the backfield, close to another first down. At this point, if you're North Alabama, Tapscott to me has been more impressive than Patu by far here.
He doesn't make those mistakes that Patu did. He is accurate when he throws.
We'll keep it on the ground here. Allen's already scored 1 touchdown today. He's loose. He's down inside the 10. He's caught from behind. But Allen has been the offense today. Tackled at the 5 from behind by Romario Noel. But it's 1st and goal for the Lions.
Impressive on the counter. Great job by the offensive line, busting him, kicking out, and leading, and gave him a great hold.
Official timeout here. Wildcat is down, but boy, another great run from Javian Allen. Again, the redshirt senior, the transfer from Tennessee Tech. He played 3 seasons at Tennessee Tech. He actually played defensive back at Tennessee Tech. He comes to North Alabama. This is 2nd year. All he did last year was convert to running back. Scored 6 touchdowns. He's preseason UAC All-Conference at the running back spot, and deservedly so from what we've seen today.
You can see why. Yeah.
10 carries, 91 yards, and already 1 touchdown today. The Wildcat player was slow to get off the field at the official timeout. It's 1st and goal here, North Alabama. Tapscott slant, a dive, falls incomplete. More flags. 1 at the line of scrimmage, 1 in the end zone. Tyson Williams on coverage again on the slant. Multiple flags on this play.
There are fouls by both teams. Holding, 58. Offense, pass interference. Defense, penalties offset. First down.
So the offsetting penalties will do 1st down and goal again.
Yeah, ACU bringing more pressure. They brought 6 last time, 4 defensive linemen and 2 linebackers.
Lions with trips on the short side of the field. It's Allen off right guard. No, check that. Tapscott kept it. He's dropped in the backfield. Zion Fanua. Tackle for loss, and now another late flag. This extracurricular, I think, on the Wildcats. The flags have started flying here over the course of the last few
There's
minutes.
no on the play. Second down.
Picked it up.
Okay, no flag on the play. It looked like extracurriculars, but the flag flew, but then the officials say no flag on the play. It's a loss of 2. It's 2nd and goal. And ACU needs
Abilene
a
Christian
defensive
uses
timeout.
their first timeout.
Personnel
30 seconds.
situation for the Wildcats. Didn't have the right personnel package.
Yeah, it looks like they've been good inside the 10. First time they've had to come into it and try to keep them out of the end zone. They've blitzed. ACU has a couple times and more lately than they usually do, which is interesting.
Of course, we're full throttle United Athletic Conference play now, and here's an early look at those conference standings. West Georgia, big one with Austin Peay today. That game in Clarksville. Austin Peay, the host side. Tarleton's playing fantastic football and 5-0 early in the year. And there's North Alabama. They're the only team that hasn't played a conference game. This is their conference opener. They have 8 straight weeks of UAC play. And what it looks like, it'll be an uphill battle as they leave Abilene later this afternoon. Still plenty of football to go today.
Boy,
but
8 straight with no rest for conference. They're trying not to think about that. Wow.
ACU's schedule continues to be a difficult one. They'll make the long road trip to the east. They'll play West Georgia next week. The following week, they make the longest trip to the west, where they'll play Southern Utah. So we'll be on both sides of the country over the course of the next 2 weeks. This is the only home game of the month of October for ACU. 2 road games and an open date. So
homecoming in November,
yeah,
which
November,
is unusual.
Yeah, November 1st, Tarleton will be here. The way that one sets up, that one could be, you can get your dollar's worth if you come as a fan that day. Tarleton and ACU, that's on November 1st. The next home game for the Wildcats. Of course, ACU, the defending UAC champions. Tarleton, the preseason selection for the champions this year. 2nd and goal from the 7, high snap. Tapscott, all he can do is fall on it. Well, the wheels fall off again as you get down 1st and goal on the 5. The next 2 plays have gone the wrong direction.
It was a high snap. Probably could have caught it, but difficult.
And now a 3rd down and long. It's 22% on 3rd down conversions today. 2 out of 9. 4 down territory, down 31, but first things first, 3rd and goal from the 16. Straight drop, Tapscott. Roach is back on the field. This one airs well out the back of the end zone and incomplete. And now 4th and goal from the 16. Again, risk reward here. 4th and goal from the 16, but you're down 31.
Yeah, 3 doesn't help you much. You got to go for it. It seems like.
Well, Coach Dearman will go ahead and make the personnel changes. Ian Vachon will get a chance to kick a field goal. Kicked a school record 55-yarder just a few weeks ago. The transfer from Auburn, kicked for Auburn last year. 2 field goals in the Iron Bowl last year versus Alabama. 2 field goals in a 4 overtime win versus Texas A&M in an Auburn Tiger uniform last year. A Lion uniform this year in North Alabama. The field goal is up, but a whistle prior to the
snap,
kick.
delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
A delay of game here on the Lions. Another 5-yard marco. Brent Dearman pretty upset on the far sideline with that call.
Man, but it looked like the field goal was wide left. Maybe they get another chance.
Second
We'll
opportunity.
See, yeah.
Vachon, an interesting story. We talked about his time at Auburn last year. He started his career at Birmingham Southern College in 2023. They shut the doors. Financial instability. The university shut down. Vachon was left without a kicking job. Auburn called him last year and said, would you like to walk on? He said yes, and because of injuries, he became the guy at Auburn last year. And he can always say he kicked 2 field goals in the Iron Bowl against Alabama. That's pretty impressive. This is a 40-yarder now. Vachon, plenty of leg, nice rotation, and it is up And it is good. 40-yard field goal for Ian Vachon. And the Lions have added 3 points on the board. 2:13 left in our third quarter. It is ACU 38 and North Alabama 10. As we stay here. And the drive, an 8-play, 44-yard drive. Again, Tapscott to me is, you know, he's moving the football for North Alabama.
Yeah, and he's making throws where you got a chance. A couple of them he has overthrown a lot, but in the meantime, he's not dropping the ball, fumbling, and not throwing interceptions. You got to stay with him.
So now 38-10, 2:13 left here in the third. There's a look at offensive coordinator Graham Harrell. Again, we've talked about Graham, his first year here with the Wildcats. He will be inducted in the Texas Tech Ring of Honor here in a few weeks, October 24th. That's the Wildcats' open date. Texas Tech is going to honor him for his playing time. He's been fun to watch as this kickoff out of the back of the end zone and touchback.
Yeah, and he looks more comfortable on the sideline.
Yeah, that was weird. We were in Fort Worth just a few weeks ago for that TCU game, and of course the Wildcats shut out in the first half but had communication errors. And Graham had been in the booth for the first 2.5 games and made the transition down to the field.
Had to then.
Yeah. And ACU had a great second half, scored on 4 straight drives versus TCU, and said, you know, maybe this sideline thing's not a bad thing. Come home, put up 45 on Austin Peay, and Graham has just, decided to stay on the sideline. He and Stone down on the field. So 1st and 10 here from the 25. Vaughn will get a carry. Right side, breaks a tackle. He's in the open field. It's a foot race. Jordan Vaughn trying to get to the house, and he will. 75 yards. Jordan Vaughn, touchdown for the Wildcats.
Ran the counter, and linebacker and safety, he ran over those two, and nobody left. 70 right after that contact for a touchdown.
Jordan's 3rd touchdown of the year. Thing of beauty, he had to break 1 tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and after that, it's a track meet down the near sideline. Jordan Vaughn for 75 in the touchdown. 1 broken tackle at the 30, and that was it. And look at the breakaway speed.
Yeah, for a big dude, he can really fly.
PAT is good. It's 45-10. Back-to-back home games for ACU. They put 45 on the board. Still have a full quarter to play here in Abilene. Another angle of Jordan Vaughn again, just gets loose. Stretch play to the right, breaks 1 tackle, and he's gone. It's going to be hard to make a tackle up around the shoulder pads on Jordan Vaughn.
He'll win that every time. Yeah.
It's Leo Glover who tried to come up high and wrap around the shoulder pads. Bounced off of Vaughn, who got loose. So 45-10. Keith Patterson, who prides himself, one of his major goals every year, he has 3 goals for this program. One of them is to be undefeated at home. They're 14-4 in his 4 years here at home. All 4 losses have been 1-score losses. But the last game against Austin Peay, they scored 45. That's the most the Wildcats had scored in a home game under Keith Patterson, with 45. And now they've done it again, back-to-back home games. Here is the kickoff. This one returnable for Justin Luke. Hurdles 1 defender. He's tackled down inside the 20. Hey, let's go down to Zion Webb. He's on the sideline. Zion?
Yeah, thanks, Andy. We saw Kagan Roach going in and out of the game here recently. I talked to Roach. He said, man, I'm good. I'm just dealing with some nerve issues, but I promise I'm finishing this game. Andy, back to you.
That does not surprise me one bit, Kagan Roach. Of course, he's been around this program. We had a great conversation with Keith Patterson about Kagan this week. We asked him, how's the shoulder? And he said, hey, when you grow up in Salina, Texas, you start doing the Oklahoma drill like in the 4th grade. Those shoulders have had a workout for a long time.
You're used to tough. Tough is part of your personality.
The legendary G.A. Moore, longtime head coach there at Salina. Here's a ball over the middle, almost intercepted. Two Wildcat defenders run into each other and knock the cobwebs off. But that's almost intercepted. That was Wilcox and Will Schaefer over the middle. Chris Wright on the pressure there that time, Tapscott. Yeah, Kagan's been a fun one to watch over his career. Of course, he spent some time in North Texas before he came to ACU. Another guy who had a chance to leave last year after the successful year, had a chance to leave in the portal, and he said, no, I want to finish it here in Abilene. It's Tapscott over the middle. This one caught. That's KJ Fields. Should be enough for a first down. Forward progress to the 29. Dorian Plumley leads the way. That's an all UAC preseason, Dorian Plumley.
Yeah.
Fields caught the touchdown last week that tied the game there late. This one thrown out in the flat. That's incomplete. Intended for Sanders. KJ Fields, again, the catch a moment ago. His dad played for Coach Dearman's dad when they were in high school. Coach Dearman's dad was a high school coach, and KJ Fields' dad played for Coach Dearman's dad back in the day. So, good storylines there. Coach Dearman was high to talk about you recruit players through relationships. You can win a lot of games, but you recruit and win players to your program through relationships.
Yeah, that's impressive.
2nd and 10 here, just outside the 30. Pressure off the edge. Tapscott throws as he's going down. Is that ball loose on the far side? I think they'll say incomplete, but if they do, it should be intentional grounding. Zion Fanua again with pressure. Tapscott throws as he's being wrestled down. Conversation here between the officials. This should be, I would think this is intentional grounding. Here's another look. There's nobody out in the flat. This ball doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage anyway.
It's going forward with nobody.
Ruling on the field is the pass was forward. Intentional grounding, number 7. Offense, spot foul. Loss of down. 3rd down.
And they will call intentional grounding. Boy, Fanua has played huge today. 6-foot redshirt junior, the transfer from Eastern Michigan. Getting his chance today, and he's making the most of it. Intentional grounding is marked back to the 15. That's a 15-yard mark off, plus the loss of down. It's 3rd down and 25. Noah Gregg, who took the big hit on the last series, is split out here on the bottom side. Flared out in the flat. Catch, huge hit. That'll go as an incompletion. LT Sanders was set up on that high pass, jumped up in the air, and Noah Mangum made him pay for it. Knocks it loose, incomplete pass.
Yeah,
it's 4th down.
LT Sanders may have something to say to his quarterback, DC Tapscott, because he got set up there in a high ball. He had to keep his eyes on it and knew something was coming. Got hammered, hit him with his shoulder pad, so it wasn't a spearing or helmet to helmet. Great play.
Yeah, just put way too much loft on that pass out in the flat. Mangum made him pay. It's the 6th punt now of the afternoon. Adam Watford just outside the goal line. Here's the kick. Nash is back deep. Hasn't had a chance to return one yet. He picked this one up on a bounce. And Nash back outside the 40-yard line. 45-10 Wildcats. As we inch close to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. So I asked the question at halftime. I'll ask again. What's more impressive today, offense or defense?
The answer is probably yes. They're both good.
You took the easy way out on that.
But, you know, I think, I don't know, maybe the offensive line has been the most impressive thing out of everybody, plus Stone Earl, those two together.
Boy, Stone was sacked on the 3rd play of the game, and since then he has been clean. First and 10 here from the 42. Back to the ground. E.J. Wilson a carry. Flag flies behind the play. That's in the area of holding.
Holding, 83, offense, 10-yard penalty.
Wildcats are the least penalized team in the UAC. Did not have a penalty in the first half. We've had a few here now in the second half. So Wilson will get a few touches here in the backfield. He's the transfer from Florida International. Markoff will make it first and 20. I'm curious if this might be Stone's last series.
Could be.
Nathan Jones still in at that tight end spot. Here's a pass out in the flat, missed Mitchell. Set up a 2nd and 20. Again, J.B. Mitchell, this is a fun week for him. He's from Alabaster, Alabama, played at Thompson High School. That's one of the more successful high school programs there in Alabama. Won 5 of the last 7 state championships in Alabama. And 3 UNA players went to Thompson High School. Seth Hampton, Ryan Walker, Matt Hurd, all Thompson High School Warriors. Shout out to Thompson High School there in Alabaster. Be proud of what J.B. Mitchell's doing here in Abilene, Texas. As Wilson, a good tough run. He's got the penalty yardage back and then some. And that should take us to the end of our third quarter. As ACU dominant again here in the third quarter of play. They led by 21 at the half. They lead by 35 as we'll go to our final 15 minutes. ACU closing in on a 2-0 start, defending their UAC championship.
End of the third
Close
quarter.
it out with 15 minutes left. 45-10 into 3 in Abilene. Start of the fourth quarter, a 45-10 ACU lead. Coach, I asked the question earlier, defense or offense? I'm going with defense. They have played phenomenal this afternoon. Really shut down this UNA offense.
Yeah, never gave them anything the first half. The first 3 drives, 4 drives, 4 punts, and nothing on the running game at all. So outstanding the entire game.
Forced a quarterback change. Zari Patu started at the quarterback spot, but was highly ineffective. We've seen now Tapscott come in and play the second half at the quarterback spot, but just 168 yards of total offense for UNA. That's compared to 426 now for the Wildcats. So we start the fourth quarter, a third down about 5 here for Stone Earl and company. Has pressure off the edge, throws it out in the flat, takes a hit. Haven't seen Stone on his back very much, but takes a hit this time. As Jaheim Ingram off the edge puts Stone on his back, passes underthrown, and fourth down coming up. And Nash in punt formation. Here is the punt. It's Luke deep this time, and will make the catch at the 15-yard line. Of course, we saw Pegues take the big hit on the last punt. Pegues' day might be done as I look to the far sideline. Looks like his afternoon might be finished.
Yeah, he's one of their 2 best athletes on the team, and he got hammered, really got hit.
As here's another look at the ACU defense. Look at this, 47 tackles, 4 of those tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and the big number there at the bottom. Second home game in a row, 3 takeaways by this ACU defense.
6 in the last 2 games. No, that's not true, but
last
thinking
2 home
of a different
games.
game. That's
Yeah,
right.
Last
There
2
you
home
go.
games.
Thank you.
3 versus
All right.
Austin Peay,
Yeah.
3 here versus
Okay.
North Alabama. 10 points off of those 3 turnovers today. And Tapscott to start this drive. Carry here for LT Sanders. Short gain of about 2. You look ahead for North Alabama. Again, we talked about the 8 consecutive weeks. They're just ready to get home. get back to Brawley Field. They've only played one home game this year. They have back-to-back home games the next 2 weeks. Central Arkansas, Eastern Kentucky the next 2 Saturdays at home. Just a long stretch here for Coach Dearman and his Lions. Second down and 8. Another handoff, another short gain for Sanders. Third down coming up.
Yeah, you listen to coaches all over really the state, and you hear one thing, even for those teams that are considered really good. Teams kind of up and down, and it's difficult to keep them consistent and showing up to play hard every game, especially out of town. And so used to hear people say it's the post-COVID generation. I don't think that's the case now, but it is it's true that it's the hardest thing for a head coach to do is get you motivated, get you ready to play hard every week.
Of course, the schedules for these teams.
Yeah.
You have to play your FBS games.
Yeah.
You have to get on the road. Of course, ACU started conference and jumped back out of conference before their game today. Yeah, it's hard to motivate.
Prior to the snap, delay a game offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Delay a game here on the Lions. That'll mark off 5. Hey, let's go back down to the field. Zion Webb with more. Hey, Zion.
Yeah, hey, Jed Castles was in the injury tent. I talked to him, and he said that, man, he's good. He's just working with a sprained ankle right now, and he's out for the game, but he'll be reevaluated afterwards. Andy?
Yeah, appreciate that, Zion. Good work down there on the sideline. Jed has been a part of this ACU offense for a lengthy amount of time. Here's a handoff. Stretch play coming right, breaking a tackle, getting loose down the sideline. Long run. It's Jalen Daniels into ACU territory. Lions will go up tempo. Daniels gets it again. He's got 3 there after the long run down the near sideline.
Yeah, that long run near sideline nearly broke it. Would have been, boy, it would have been a long gain and nearly broke it for a touchdown.
Daniels on the year, 165 yards rushing and a touchdown. Redshirt senior. He'll get it again here. He's met right in the hole. It's Chris Wright this time. Drop him for no gain. Third down and 7. ACU with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Started on the ground, a rushing touchdown by Grant Jones. A jet sweep, then a deep post to Javon Gibson. Led 14-0 and have really been in control. North Alabama's first 4 offensive drives today, all 3 announced series. Third down along 6. Pressure coming. Tapscott shovel pass. It's caught on a crossing route. It's short of a first down. That's unconventional.
And maybe the best play I've seen all year. Incredible. It was a shovel pass of about 15 yards, like a pitch out on an option.
A little Brett Favre-esque.
Going to the left, receivers going to the right, hitting on the run in his hands.
Cooper the catch, but shy of a first down. Was crazy. 4th down now here. 4th down and about 3.5. Pressure comes again off the edge. 1-on-1, far sideline. Caught. As KJ Fields found it in the air, able to make the adjustment. He's got it at the ACU 15.
Don't know how he caught it. Boy, they were grabbing him the whole way. Just an outstanding catch.
Yeah, Noah Mangum in coverage never found the football. Fields was able to find it, readjust, and make the catch. And Tapscott has North Alabama down inside the 20 again. First and 10. This one deflected at the line. Cortland Rosal knocks it down. One good thing of North Alabama this year has been their red zone efficiency. 15 of 17 in the red zone this year. 11 of those have been touchdowns. So the play calling is good once they get down inside the 20. Play calling and execution.
Yeah.
Had difficulty getting there today. Second and 10 now here from the 15. Pressure again from the Wildcats. Slant, middle of the field, caught in the end zone. It's a Lion touchdown. Late flag flies, will check it, but the catch by Caden Cooper. And this should stand, and North Alabama, their second touchdown of the afternoon.
Boy, that was a great throw. He got hit. It was on his back foot. Hit that slot receiver right down the hash mark. Perfect shot.
It's Harold West in coverage. He was there a step late. And the catch was made. Cooper in the end zone. Tapscott has his first touchdown pass of the afternoon. The officials are talking about this flag that was thrown in the end zone. I think this is a...
The result of the play is a touchdown. Personal foul. Targeting, number 27. Defense. The previous play is under review.
It's Harold West in coverage coming and lowering the boom, and targeting
could be
is the call.
Yeah, it looks like his head was up in the face mask area.
Makes it all the more impressive. The catch by Cooper, able to hang on to that one and make the catch. I think Tapscott's earned the right to be the starting quarterback for UNA.
No question. He's the smoothest, the calmest, poised under pressure. When he gets blitzed, he finds a way. He doesn't have a lot of speed, but he's pretty accurate, very impressive.
Well, he has been in on all three scoring drives, even the scoring drive in the first half. Patu came out for about 3 plays. And in those 3 plays, Tapscott flipped the field into the positive side territory. Here's another look at the touchdown, as Cooper just up the seam, able to make the catch, and West with the helmet to helmet. Our officiating crew looking at it again. There's referee Matthew Jones. He and this crew have been really solid today. They'll take a look at the review. Pretty lengthy review here.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're going to uphold it. We'll just have to see.
If that's the case, West would not be eligible to play the first half next week at West Georgia. Speaking of West Georgia, they're in a good one with Austin Peay. They're tied at 16 at the half. West Georgia still undefeated on the year. Here's another look. Yeah, West and Cooper, helmet to helmet. This is a big call, not for today, but again for next week. West is not available for the first half of West Georgia. The replay booth is just a few booths down from us to our left. See the guys still looking at the monitors. And here comes the call.
After review, the call on the field is upheld, and number 27 is disqualified. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So it is upheld, and Harold West, his day is done here, and again he'll miss the first half next week. And Caden Cooper with the touchdown. Cooper, a guy that didn't have many stats coming into this afternoon, but he is in the end zone. Cooper on the year had not scored a touchdown. As a matter of fact, had just had 1 reception coming into today. Today now 2 receptions for 17 and the touchdown. Extra point is off the upright, and it is no good. We got 10:15 left in Abilene. ACU 45-16 lead. (45-16) Wildcats. Just over 10 minutes left here in Abilene today. Andy Penny alongside Jim Reese. You can see Stone Earl still getting some throws. We'll see if he comes back in. Here's the extra point by Bashan right at the end, and hit it off the right upright. Of course, Bashan last week missed an extra point with less than a minute left in the game, as North Alabama had scored a touchdown at Illinois State. An extra point would have given them the lead with less than a minute left. Bashan missed that extra point off the left upright, forced the game into overtime. Illinois State won in double overtime.
Yeah, you can see it in his eyes there. He's got to be thinking about that. Wow.
And Brent Dearman said before we were home on the bus ride home, Ian had already sent me a text message saying, I'm sorry, but the onside kick will work right here. And North Alabama will get the recovery of the onside kick and get the football right back.
Yeah, the great bounce right into that front line. ACU Wildcats chest and hit right back at him.
Unique onside kick. North Alabama has it right back. It'll go as a turnover. That's the second one today by the Wildcats. The offense back on the field. Tapscott today is now 8 of 18, 93 yards passing. And with the touchdown on the last drive. Short field here at the ACU 41. Straight drop, steps up, and step out in front of his receiver, incomplete. Here's a look around the UAC. There's the schedule today. Again, a 16-16 tie at the half, West Georgia and Austin Peay. Utah Tech, Central Arkansas, Southern Utah will take their swing at Tarleton. The Tarleton team is something impressive thus far at 5-0. West Georgia at 5-0. Tarleton at 5-0. Future opponents for the Wildcats. On 2nd and 10, Tapscott directing traffic. A short pass, far sideline. Catch by Scott.
Yeah, great job by Tapscott moving to his actual fourth choice. Kill first, second, third, made a completion, 3rd and 3.
Williams another tackle today. The junior from Bixby, Oklahoma. 3rd down. Quick throw, center of the field, and enough for a first. KJ Fields. Jocelyn Malaska on the coverage, but Fields beats him underneath on the quick slant. He's got a 1st down.
Yeah, great slant. Beating quickly and good throw by Tapscott again, 1st down.
Little tempo here for the Lions again. Pump fake, looking deep, post route, center of the field, caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tanaka Scott. And Tapscott his 2nd touchdown. This time to Tanaka Scott. Double move, came back to the center of the field, hit his post route for the touchdown.
If you're North Alabama, boy, it's great that they haven't quit and come back and playing well in the 4th quarter. If you're ACU's coaches, you're frustrated at letting them get back in the game, and it's gotten sloppy. When it gets sloppy, it's tough to get back your rhythm.
Sean, a chance for redemption here on the extra point. Kick is on the way this time. And it is good. Back-to-back touchdowns for North Alabama. Signs of life here in the 4th quarter. It's a 45-23 game, just over 9 minutes left here in Abilene. Another great look here in Abilene, downtown Abilene. The Wildcats, the 45-23 lead, back-to-back touchdowns for North Alabama. Tanaka Scott, who did not play last week versus Illinois State, back on the field and gets the touchdown. Keith Patterson, you know, Coach, probably not too happy with the last 6 minutes of game time.
No, you can see in his eyes, and if I'm guessing, he's going to play guys that give you a chance to either score, and then when the defense comes back on, that keeps them out of the end zone. You don't want it to get too sloppy.
So North Alabama successful on the last onside kick. See if they try it here again. And here is the onside by Bashan. Doesn't get the hop this one, but it's loose on the far sideline. Boy, they had a chance to recover. That went through the hands on that far side. I believe it was Justin Luke. Had a chance to recover that. couldn't do it.
Ooh, two of the best onside kicks I've seen, and ACU is going to have some work to do on that onside defense because, boy, that was scary if you're an ACU coach.
Here's a look at the top 25 in FCS. You can see the Wildcats there at
Ball went
number
out of bounds,
19.
untouched by the
West
receiving
Georgia
team.
just
That's
ahead
kick
at
out of bounds
16.
on the
Those two
kicking
teams will
team.
play
5-yard penalty from where it went out.
next week.
First down, Abilene Christian.
Of course, you continue to look at that top 25. Tarleton's in that top 25. The UAC is well represented in that top 25. It's going to be a fun run over the course of the next 6 weeks. Penalty was on North Alabama, so the Wildcats will get possession. And because of the back-to-back touchdowns, I thought we might see a quarterback change, but Stone Earl's going to stay out. This game's getting a little closer than it was to start the quarter.
Yeah, 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. A lot of time.
Stone is 22 of 30 now, 261. The 4 touchdown passes. But the majority of that was in the first half, had 213 yards at half, so has only thrown for 48 total yards here in the second half. Of course, the Wildcats have been much more determined to run the football with this lead. Stone will run the football here. Haven't seen him run much today. He'll get a few to the far sideline. Haven't needed Stone to run the football today.
No, they haven't. And that time it was a good read on the zone read. He kept it. Good job by that outside backer, knocking him out of bounds only for a 3-yard gain.
Travis Collier who knocked him out far side. Second down and 7. Every first down here in the next few minutes is about 2 to 2.5 minutes off the clock. Be a third down here on a short game. Now this is about ball control and clock management down the stretch.
Yeah, to get ball control, they need to get a first down if you're ACU, so 3rd and 5.
E.J. Wilson on that last carry. He stays in with Earl, offset to Stone's left. It's 5 on the play clock. Check that, 15 on the play clock. Vantage point was blocked. 15 on the play clock. 3rd down and 5. Wilson left side. Spins to a first down at the 40-yard line. And again, that's 2 to 2.5 more minutes off the clock every first down.
That's huge. And I think they checked, Stone checked the call, looked to the sideline 2 times, and they checked it back to a outside zone, or actually the scat. Good job of getting the first down.
So 1st and 10 here from the 40 as we've reached the halfway mark of this 4th quarter. Earl keeps it again, this time left side. Lowers the shoulder, able to push for a first down. It's he and Michael Jordan Jr., one of the best names you'll hear. But Stone lowers the shoulder there at the end and pushes for a first down. Not sure you want your quarterback doing that.
No, I think their coaches for ACU holding their breath when they saw that, but he did get a first down.
Michael Jordan Jr. on this North Alabama, one of 2, I believe, from Texas. He's from Houston, started his career at Lehigh. Now plays here at North Alabama. 1st and 10 at the 29. Stone, pressure off the edge. Throws it deep and overthrown, incomplete. Baldrup, the intended receiver. Drake Fowler in coverage. Fowler, the 6'2" redshirt freshman from Little Rock. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, good job by that safety. Baldrup, slot receiver trying to run a vertical or a go, and just knocked him out of his route.
Stone 2nd and 10 now at the 29. Wilson still in the backfield. Henry with 2 touchdowns. He's coming in motion into the formation. Run play Wilson. Nope. Earl's going to keep it again. He'll get down in a hurry. Still takes a shot. Robinson hits him again. It's a loss of 1. The clock continues to wind, but a 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, that was a zone read, and Stone read that incorrectly. Should have given it, and had 2 defensive end linebacker waiting for him.
Stone only with 4 carries today. 3 of them have been here on this drive. 3rd down 11 now from the North Alabama 30. A 45-10 game to start the quarter. Lions have put 2 touchdowns on the board, trying to make it a game. They need a stop here. 3rd and 11. Quarterback draw. Earl with a block. Has a 1st down and more. Inside the 10, it's 1st and goal.
Maybe the best call of the second half by Graham Harold. Quarterback draw, nobody expected it. Offensive line for ACU blocking it well. Stone did get hit for the first 25 yards.
So that's a great job blocking downfield. It's 1st and goal, Wildcats. ACU's run 62 plays today, 31 run, 31 pass.
I think they want balance.
Boy, that is
Wow.
absolute balance. 261 through the air, 205 on the ground. 466 total yards. 1st and goal here for the Wildcats. Earl underthrows his receiver. Intended for Henry and falls incomplete.
Had a little rub route in one of Stone's few bad throws of the day.
Yeah, just underthrew that one. Against Stone, they 4 touchdowns today. That matches what he did versus Austin Peay 2 weeks ago. The 354 yards, his career high. I don't think he's going to get there today with 261. 2nd down and goal now here from the 10. Wilson stretch play to the left, touchdown. Breaks a tackle, he's in the end zone. It's a Wildcat touchdown. E.J. Wilson, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year. The Wildcats have surpassed the 50-point mark. A good answer after back-to-back touchdowns by North Alabama. Cameron Van, the left tackle, with a nice kick-out block to get Wilson in the hole, and then E.J. breaks the tackle at the 5-yard line. And Perez in for the extra point. A new game high in points under Keith Patterson here on the home field in his 4 years. ACU surpassed the half-century mark. Now have a 29-point lead. E.J. Wilson, the touchdown, 52 on the board for the Wildcats, 52-23. It's ACU closing in on a 2-0 start here in United Athletic Conference play. You never know now year to year what teams are going to look like. Of course, the Wildcats are the defending champions in the UAC. But this day and age of roster turnover, you never know. But the Wildcats are off to a 2-0 start, closing in on a 2-0 start. See Keith Patterson and the Wildcats there on the sideline. Keith Patterson always level-headed every time we get a chance to talk to him. Win, lose, draw, he understands the goal, the mission of what he's trying to accomplish.
And he knows what he's trying to accomplish. And he talked with us for like an hour and just covered every topic. And it was just fascinating to hear him talk about that. I think he knows his role as a coach is bigger than an X and O guy and the builder of men like a lot of these guys are. It's just really good to see that.
I was about to say the same thing. He's been on the FBS level for so long. He's done the X's and O's. Not to say he's not doing the X's and O's, but he understands his role is more than X's and O's and investing and influencing the young men that are in his program. And he does that so well. That was a great conversation we had with him on Thursday. We typically get 20 or 30 minutes with his schedule, and we got into conversation that lasted well over an hour on Thursday. Great conversation with the head man, KP. You're in good hands, ACU, with your head man. As we look at the schedules again, UNA, they are ready to be at home. 4 of their first 5 have been on the road. Their next 2 in conference will be there at Brawley Stadium, the final year of Brawley Stadium for UNA. Central Arkansas and Eastern Kentucky will be there, and then a trip to Clarksville and Austin Peay, and then they will travel across country and play Utah Tech. Brighter days ahead for this UNA Lion team. Still plenty of football to go. As there's Tapscott scrambling to his right, trying to keep the play alive, and he'll underthrow Justin Luke. Now 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, if you're North Alabama, and especially their coaches, you got to wonder if the president of the university has something against them if they're playing not 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, but 4 out of 5. It's crazy to play 4 games. Wow.
As here's the Wildcats schedule. Again, the next 2 are on the road at West Georgia, at Southern Utah. A week off at the end of October, and then the big one is Tarleton State will be here. It's homecoming weekend. They're November the 1st for the Wildcats. Ball pops loose. Wildcats think they have it, and they do. Their 4th takeaway today. Colt Cooper comes out of the pile with the fumble recovery. As Juice Allen, a tough run around the left side, but he lost the football at the end, and ACU's got another short field.
Something that we didn't teach a long time ago, but as you know, for 25 years, defensive linebackers, safeties, linemen are taught to either slam at the ball or hit the ball with your hit gear, and it makes a difference. Knocked it out.
It looked like Allen was the one that initiated more contact on that as he lowered the shoulder, just forgot to cover the football. And the 4th takeaway. New quarterback you can see for the Wildcats is Cade Finnegan. The redshirt senior will come in this final 5 minutes. The redshirt senior, the transfer from BYU. He'll keep it on the zone read around the right side for a short gain. Finnegan has yet to throw a pass this year. Stone Earl has been the guy, but Cade is transferred here to ACU, the majority of his career at BYU. He did start at Boise State in 2020, played 3 games at Boise State, including a start versus BYU, then transferred to BYU. Redshirted twice, did not see any action there in the Big 12, so decided to come finish his career out here at ACU.
He's frustrating for Cade. The headset wasn't working, had to walk over to the sideline to get the call from Graham Harrell.
A Texas product, played at Woodrow Wilson High School there in the DFW Metroplex. Here's a throw out on the edge. Great catch. Loss of the football, but it rolls out of bounds. First catch for Luke Moffitt, the redshirt sophomore. He's got 9. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Moffitt, the sophomore from Crandall, breaking into this receiving corps. He's a guy with great speed, recruited to run track with Wes Kitley at Texas Tech.
Wow.
Wes Kitley,
former ACU.
Yeah, a historic track coaching career. First here at ACU, now at Texas Tech. Recruited Moffitt to run track at Tech, but Luke wanted to play football, so came here to ACU. 3rd down and 1. Finnegan will give to Wilson, who has a 1st down and more. Stays on his feet down inside the 20-yard line. Yeah, Finnegan coming to the sideline every play. I wonder if the headset technology, which is new here in the FCS level.
He's going to get winded and frustrated. So ACU, I was thinking, you and I have seen this with E.J. Wilson, Rovon Banks, and Jordan Vaughn. You got 3 really good choices for really good running backs for Abilene Christian.
Vaughn is the power back with great speed. We saw that on the 75-yard touchdown. I think Rovon's the guy that can get out in space and make plays happen. He's quick. Wilson's kind of the scat back. A little bit of everything. 1st and 10 here from the 20. EJ's got another carry. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Wildcats putting a bow on this one. It's been all ACU from the start.
2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout in Abilene. Wildcats, the 52-23 lead. Two minutes left here in Abilene. You get a look at the three FCS teams that already have 2 wins this year versus top 25 opponents. That's pretty good company for ACU, South Dakota State and Montana. As the Wildcats closing in on win number 3, but more importantly 2-0 here in the conference. 52-23, 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I think that's critical. Conference is the key.
ACU is 5 yards shy of 500 now, with 495 on the day. Stone Earl's day is done at 22 of 32, 261 yards, 4 touchdowns. Wilson another carry. He'll get to about the 10. That should be enough for a first down. Wildcats should be able to run out the clock.
Takes the ball inside the 10-yard line, and that's another First Financial.
The rush will give them 500. Now it's a matter of if they take a knee and they lose yardage, go back under 500.
Is it an even 500 is the question. I think they maybe got 502. I don't know.
503. They're at 503,
right,
but it'll
go.
take at least 2 snaps of the
Yeah,
football. This will be
yeah.
interesting. Nonetheless, Coach, great day. Wildcats dominant throughout today.
Yeah, they were dominant the whole game, and like you said, their defense was impressive every quarter.
North Alabama will end with 310 yards of total offense. Finnegan's not going to lose much. He'll run back up to the line of scrimmage before he takes the knee. You have to protect the home field. It's one of KP's goals every season, stay undefeated at home. They'll move to 3-0 in that. The other goals are win the conference, make the FCS playoffs. Still in line for all those things to happen.
Yeah, still in line, and it's just like last year when he did all 3. Just an incredible year, and they're still in line and on tap to do that. And you gotta win home games if you ever have a chance.
There's one more snap of the knee here for Finnegan, and the final seconds will run off. As ACU again dominant throughout, led 14-0 at the end of the first, 28-7 at halftime. It was 45-10 at the end of the third, and finish it off 52-23, our final here in Abilene. Stone Earl again, 22 of 32 for 261 yards, 4 touchdowns. Eddie Henry had 2 touchdown receptions today. A touchdown reception for Javon Gibson, J.J. Henry. And Jordan Vaughn, the 75-yard touchdown run. He had 4 carries for 84. And E.J. Wilson able to get in the end zone there late. He had 56 yards rushing, as did Rovon Banks Jr. Good balance all the way around. And the Wildcats end, Coach, with 499 yards of total offense.
We thought that might happen, but their quarterback was trying to inch up closer and didn't get there quite enough. Wow.
But 52-23, the final score. Again, as North Alabama ends with 310 yards of total offense, 177 through the air and 133 on the ground for 310 total yards. DC Tapscott comes in relief of quarterback, plays the entire second half. He goes 11 of 24, 134 yards passing, did have the 2 touchdowns. And a nice day rushing the ball today for Juice Allen. He breaks the century mark, 11 carries, 102 yards, and the touchdown as well. So a few positives for North Alabama. They'll go back to the drawing boards and get ready for 7 consecutive UAC games.
Yeah, I thought the player of the game should be ACU's defense, kind of like you said, as a group. North Alabama was trying to run the ball early and couldn't do that, and 3 and out, and ACU's defense with the turnovers in the second half continued to be really, really aggressive and was the dominant factor in the game today.
4 first drives for North Alabama, 3 and out series that ended in punts. That was the entire first quarter. Wildcats the 14-0 lead, and they took it from there. Eddie Henry, 3 catches, 21 yards. 2 of those were touchdowns for Itty. He is sidelined with Zion Webb. Zion, it's all yours.
82 big touchdowns today for you. What got you going?
You know, just it's a team game, so like we're all playing together, and we came in here knowing the plan, and it is what it is. So.
Hey, look, you guys stay perfect at home. Tell me about playing in Wildcat Stadium.
It's just a different environment, really. When we're away, it's like we don't really have that much fans, and we're far away. But here, everybody's together, and it's real loud, and everybody's just together, and it's really fun.
Y'all scored the most you did all year. What was special about your offense today?
We just played like how we practice, and it shows up, and obviously, but that's how it is.
Moving to next week, obviously another UAC opponent. How do you stay hot on the road?
I mean, taking how we play at home on the road, we have to be road warriors, and it's just, I mean, it's a team game. We can't spread apart, and yeah.
All right, thanks, Eddie. Hey, Daisy at the desk.
Hey, thanks, Zion. I'm here again. Daisy Strine, Jaden West. Jaden, what a second half. You know, Northern Alabama had a quarterback change in the second half to try to gain that momentum back, but they still continued to struggle.
Yeah, they brought out DC Tab Scott. He was 11 for 24 in that second half with 134 yards, and he threw for 2 touchdowns in that fourth quarter. I was really impressed with Northern Alabama's way that they came out and competed in the fourth quarter. They still played hard, put a couple good drives together, and were able to go out on a positive note, even though the Wildcats really dominated this game.
Yeah, and taking a look at these in-game stats, Northern Alabama really struggling on the rushing yards.
Yeah, ACU held Northern Alabama to the fewest rushing yards this season, just 133. Really great job by the Wildcats defense, especially up front. They were really good on first down offensively. They averaged 9 yards per play on first down. Just a really nice job in having 4 takeaways, scoring 14 points off of those takeaways. Just a really nice job by the Wildcats on both sides of the ball, and a good win after a tough loss last week down in San Antonio.
Yeah, absolutely a big win for the Wildcats today. They'll head over to Georgia, my stomping grounds, to face University of West Georgia. And so we'll see you next time here on the broadcast with ACUTv. Andy, we'll send it back over to you.
Daisy, Jaden, great job down on the desk. 52-23 our final score. The Wildcats 2-0 in conference play. This has been a presentation of the United Athletic Conference on ESPN+. All games are airing live. They're streaming on the ESPN app. For the entire crew here, my good friend Jim Reese and the ACUTv crew led by Hutton Harris, I'm Andy Penny. Take care. Good evening from Abilene, Texas.